The following is a presentation of Grayson Publishing.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is football time in Texas.
On the Howe Enterprise Sports webcast from HoweEnterprise.com. This is Howe Bulldogs Football. Howe Bulldogs Football, brought to you by Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, Buck Snort Barbecue, Howe Athletic Booster Club, Techway, and Meacham State Farm.
Kissing goodbye. It is touchdown time in Texas.
Also brought to you by Knight Furniture, Independent Financial, Michelle Castle Guild Mortgage, Star Auto Body, Juan Enciso, Farmers Insurance.
Jalen Thornton looking for another seam. Spins out of another tackle. He is electric.
Also brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, Hid Exteriors LLC, Polio's Pizza Cafe, GCEC, Goodfellas Barbershop, Rapid Electric, Legends Bank, Core Fits Gym, Pradera Mobile Home Community, Ann's Realty Group, Don's Smokehouse, Quick Check Convenience Stores, Texas Bread Lifestyle, Family Attorney Kimberly Killebrew, Grayson Garage Door.
It's a Haley's Comet for the first time in his career.
Now let's open the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party and join the voice of the Howe Bulldogs, Bonnie Walker.
2020 has been the year that won't quietly go into the night. With injuries all up and down the roster, Howe has had to cancel their JV season in order to fill a varsity roster. A devastating 3A cutoff from the UIL in February dealt the Dogs a draw 4. Coupled with placing them in District 5 3A was back-to-back draw 4s. In a year of testing, Howe's character of youth is going through that each week. Tonight, the Dogs travel to Commerce for a game in a beautiful stadium under the heavy lights of 5-3A. It's Howe at Commerce, and it's football time in Texas.
You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party.
Justin, Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is closing in on an all-time record. They have given away 37 free birthday buffets so far this month.
That's where all you have to do is show your proof of age and get a free Buck Snort Barbecue buffet for your birthday. They even include the drink.
Well, from this angle, they'll keep that offer 5 days before or 5 days after your actual birthday.
It's birthday time in Texas.
Oh, geez. Stop saying everything's in Texas.
Well, Buck Snort Barbecue is in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas.
Hello, Howe Bulldogs. This is Coach Joey McQueen, former Bulldogs head coach and athletic director. Vic and I still love the Dogs and ask that you show your support by joining the Howe Athletic Booster Club. Their mission is the same today as it was in the 90s. They support all Howe athletes, girls and boys, middle school and high school. It's only $25 to become a member. From the alumni to the current fans and parents, we ask that you back the Dogs and become a member today. Go visit the Howe Athletic Booster Club on Facebook. Have a great year, Bulldogs.
Hello, Bulldog fans. This is Juan Enciso, your local Farmers Insurance agent here in Howe. We're here to assist you with your insurance needs, including auto, home, life, business needs, and more. We're vested in the community because we are the only insurance agent in Howe. Our office is at 403 West Hanning Street, or we can be reached by calling 972-382-6121. We're also on the web at farmersagent.com/JEnciso. I have the knowledge and experience to help you better understand your insurance coverage options. Call me, Juan Enciso, at 972-382-6121.
Independent Financial is proud to support Howe ISD and their hardworking students, teachers, and staff. We share your vision for a brighter tomorrow and a championship season. For every challenge, Independent Financial has you covered. Our team can suggest a wide range of financial products to make your personal banking fast and easy. Plus, we have the know-how to deliver the game-changing business banking solutions. Independent Financial, your community in your corner. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party. Today's Senior Spotlight is brought to you by Ed Meacham State Farm. Now let's join Monty Walker with this week's seniors.
All right, this week our Senior Spotlight is Jonathan Meneses. What's your first memories about Howe School, and do you remember your first teacher?
My first teacher was Miss Smith in kindergarten. I do remember most years. I had lots of friends here. It's been a long ride here, I'll say that's for sure. Lots of love for this town, little town here. It's been a good school overall. I think the teachers are great. Students here get along very well.
You've had back issues all year. What's the injury?
So last year I actually was lifting during the off season, and then I was actually on, I think it was power clean maybe, yeah, and I had 2 herniated discs, L5 and S1, so that was a big problem throughout the year.
So that's just hampered you all year long.
Yeah, it was hard to train and all that stuff, and it just kept bothering me. It's like just very sharp pain.
So do you have a favorite teacher in high school?
Favorite teacher, I'd say I'd have to go with my band director, Miss Liz. She's always told me to do well. She's always there motivating, to getting me right, even whenever times are tough like these.
Now, when did you start playing football?
I started playing football in 8th grade here. Coach, I think it was Coach West that motivated me to start playing football, telling me, he's like, hey, you're pretty big, pretty good online. So I tried it out, and it actually turned out pretty well. Started on the line 8th grade year, and then freshman year with Coach Hudson, and then I feel like Coach Jay, when he came here, really motivated to do better, and then I started playing varsity junior year. Never thought I'd make it to varsity, to be honest.
We're going to take a 30-second timeout, and we'll come back with our senior spotlight, Jonathan Meneses.
This is more than a bundle. This is way more than a combo deal. It's your sanctuary, your home field. It's where everything happens. This is your home, your car, your memories. And you want to be sure they're protected with home and auto insurance. As your State Farm agent, I get it. That's why I'm here to help life go right. My name is Ed Meacham, and I'm your Howe State Farm agent. Give me a call at 903-892-3923 or on the web at mredinsurance.com.
Welcome back to the Senior Spotlight with Jonathan Meneses. Let's talk about band. Talk about what you play and the experience of going to state.
So I started playing band in 5th grade, started playing trumpet, got really good at it, and then freshman year, we made it to the state marching contest, which is in San Antonio. We played in the Denton football stadium, I think. It was a pretty cold, very cold night, and we still somehow managed to make it. And then we also made it last year with the 2019 group. So, yeah, it's been pretty cool. We played in the Alamo Dome, pretty huge place, lots of echoes, lots of really good bands there, too, and meet lots of new people.
So about Coach Jay, your head coach, does he emphasize leadership for your senior class?
Yes, he's very strong about leadership. He wants us to grab our football team and inspire others to become leaders as well.
Now, you had a lot of time on the bench because of the injury. You were able to get back a couple of weeks ago. Now you're out again. What happened?
So we weren't expecting an onside kick right away, and I had at least 4 Emory Brain players just straight to the head, and it started going downhill after that.
Commerce, what do you expect to see from them?
Commerce, they're a great football team. I'd say they're a good football team. Lots of good players, and it's going to be a dogfight for sure. We have lots of new players coming up, stepping up, doing big jobs, filling in big shoes, but I believe we can get it done. That's your Senior Spotlight. That's Jonathan Meneses.
Today's Senior Spotlight is brought to you by Ed Meacham State Farm. You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party.
If you've ever been in an automobile accident, who do you trust for your needed repairs? Star Auto Body is Texoma's most trusted body shop, serving all of Grayson County and surrounding counties since 1992. Star Auto Body is locally owned and operated. Services include major collision repairs with or without insurance claims, minor cosmetic repairs, parts replacement, and refinishing. Choose Star Auto Body and Alignments in Howe, Texas, 903-532-5365. Star Auto Body of Howe, Texas.
This is Michelle Castle with Guild Mortgage, welcoming you to Howe Bulldogs football. Guild has been delivering on the promise of home to hundreds of thousands of people just like you for over 60 years. With a big heart and a desire to serve, we're committed to making life better in our communities. This is where we live, and we're committed to building it with you.
Guild Mortgage is an equal housing lender company, NMLS 3274. Michelle Castle, NMLS number 231122. Branch address 714 North Travis Street, Sherman, Texas 75090. All loans subject to underwriting approval. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to change without notice.
Buying and or selling your next home should be an enjoyable experience. At Ann's Realty Group, our commitment to the personal relationship of the transaction ensures not only the level of communication that you deserve, but also the assurance that we will be here the next time you need us. We're not a big box real estate company by design. The flexibility that the freedom of being an independent brokerage allows us to be fully at your service as you need us to be. Ann's Realty Group and Dick & Broker for all your real estate needs. 903-818-2676.
Since 2011, Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory has walked with hundreds of families through the most overwhelming time of their lives. Their job is simple: to make this season a little easier. What you can expect is a no-pressure, people-first philosophy, custom services for memorials that you'll remember forever, and reasonable pricing. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins have built a reputation over the past 30 years in the funeral business for making every family feel at home. Visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call 903-482-5225.
You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party. Today's District 5 3A Division I Roundup is brought to you by Grayson Garage Door. Now let's join the blizzard. Blake Burnett with the District 5 3A Division I Roundup.
Howdy folks, welcome to Week 4 in District 5 3A Division I. Here tonight we have some great matchups coming up. Last week we probably had the game of the year so far in the district, with Mount Vernon beating Mineola 23-20. It came down to a defensive play in the game, but it was Mount Vernon with the stop. This week we have some very interesting matchups, and I believe some games that will change the perspective on this district. Last week we had Pottsboro winning 17-0 because that is the forfeit rule for this district, and Commerce forfeited due to COVID, but looks to be playing tonight. Rains won 55-10 over Howe last week. Even without quarterback Luke Shepard, the Wildcats were too much for the Bulldogs. Mount Vernon in a thriller over Mineola 23-20. This game might be the best district game of the season. Winsboro wins big on Bonham 57-16. The game of the week tonight will be Pottsboro traveling to Mineola. The preseason offensive MVP and quarterback Braden Pyler for the Pottsboro Cardinals will take on the preseason defensive MVP Travion Sneed from Mineola Yellow Jackets. This game will be an exciting finish, and I believe that Pottsboro will make a big play late to win this game. We also have Range traveling to Winsboro tonight. Both being running teams, this game could be over fast, so each possession will be big tonight. I believe that Rains and their read option will bring them victory here tonight. Mount Vernon will be playing in Bonham tonight and looks to score a lot of points. Bonham will also score, but I don't believe they will be able to keep up with Mount Vernon tonight. Howe will be traveling to Commerce tonight. If Howe plays like they did in the first quarter last week for the whole game, this will be a great football game tonight.
Today's District 5 3A Division I Roundup is brought to you by Grayson Garage Door.
Grayson Garage Door. Call them at 903-815-9976. And let them know you heard about them from Howe Football for 20% off your service.
You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party.
Are you motivated?
Coach, we're highly motivated for Sonic.
What?
Coach, you know we're rough and tough, but sometimes we just need a burger, tots, and a shake.
Oh my goodness. Well, if you're going to Sonic and Howe, pick me up some of those handmade onion rings.
Yes, sir. Sonic of Howe is where you get great food and big smiles.
It's not just good.
It's Sonic good.
Whoa, those onion rings really bring the hammer down.
Cooler heads prevail in football, and for over 50 years, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating have been keeping the Bulldogs cooled off. Not too many have reached 50 years in Howe, but Baker Air Conditioning and Heating have been at 215 North Denny Street since Richard Nixon was president. But there's nothing tricky about Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. They have a great reputation by servicing all brands. If the heat gets to you, call them at 903-532-6255.
Corfit Gym on Haining Street in Howe has a lot of new things to offer. Did you know they have an Iron Mike batting cage for baseball and softball lessons with on-site instructors? They also have a brand new stand-up tanning bed. Corfit Gym has 4 personal trainers available and features sports performance programs for athletes. At Corfit Gym, memberships are only $40 for the entire family or $30 per individual. Corfit Gym is on Facebook and located at 300 Haining Street in Howe. Call them at 469-371-0603.
Who, why, and how? Who are we? We're Pradera Mobile Home Community. Why live in Pradera? Because of Howe. Howe, Texas, that is. Howe is a small community with an outstanding school district and close proximity to all amenities you need. Perdera Mobile Home Community is tucked away between Highway 75 and Highway 5 near Bulldog Stadium. Our residents love that our community is so clean. They also love their 2 parks and their swimming pool. Perdera Mobile Home Community, 903-532-0014.
Welcome to the Buffalo Wild Wings Coach's Corner. Now let's join Monty Walker with Howe Bulldogs head coach Bill Jalen.
All right, Coach, 27 years of broadcasting, 10 years of playing football. I've never seen anything like the roster situation that you're in right now. Kids are dropping like flies. What's going on?
Just got a lot of injuries going on right now, a lot of minor injuries, from mild concussions to bone bruises and stuff like that. But first time in my 20-year career that I am going to be stepping out on a Friday night, whether being an assistant coach or head coach, where I got 15 kids on the sideline for injuries, quarantine reasons, discipline issues, so on and so forth. And then, I got 2 more questionable. So really we're looking at 17 possible kids not playing Friday night due to those circumstances.
I mean, if you look at the roster, you literally half of your roster is out.
Yes, correct. Yeah, half of it's out, and it's not a good scenario, but it's an uncontrollable scenario. We can't control concussions, we can't control those kind of things. Discipline, the quarantine with one of our kids, we can't control those things, but we just got to persevere and fight on.
And this is kind of off the questionnaire, but does that make you look at the UIL and their cutoff numbers and maybe stare at it a little bit closer and say, hey, they may not be getting that cutoff number right?
Yeah, you could always say that. I didn't agree with the placement of us last year at all, but it's put us at a pure disadvantage this year in our district. Just the size difference between the kids we're going against and the kids that we're putting on the field is huge. But it's, UIL's UIL. Do I agree with it? No. But, it's kind of like a life lesson that we teach the kids. It's, life isn't always fair, and we just got to overcome.
Well, even with everything stacked against you, had a 12-play drive 2 weeks ago offensively, even better than that last week with a 17-play drive, 9 minutes off the clock in the first half. Offensively looking pretty good early in the game. That's got to be making you happy on that situation.
Yeah, definitely. Offensively, we did a lot of good things. The first drives against Winsboro, first quarter and a half. Against Rains last week. The changes we've made offensively, I think have really helped our kids and putting them in a position to be successful. And that's the number one thing in coaching. You've got to find, it's not always the system, it's what can your kids do and what as coaches that we got to do to put them in those positions to be successful. So yeah, definitely doing a lot of good things offensively. Even later in the game, I felt last Friday night against Rains, it was one of those games where we were moving the ball. We had very few 3-and-outs compared to the weeks before. We were moving the ball. Turnovers hurt us in the second half a little bit, but the kids were starting to you could see it starting to click a little bit each time we went out there. We just got to get over the spiral effect. It's like for some reason when one bad thing happens, it kind of just keeps spiraling, and you can call that bad luck, you can call it what it is, but as a team and stuff, we got to overcome those bad things. Even after the onside kick and then they scored, I don't know if you guys noticed, I called a timeout, brought the whole team up together, and the only thing I said to them was, guys, we got a choice right now. We can either go down south or we can keep going north, and we want to keep going north, and just letting them know bad things are going to happen. It's part of the game, but we just got to overcome them.
Well, and even defensively, you look pretty good. Rains averages 550 yards of offense per game, which is unbelievable. But you held them to far less than that, so defense is going to make you happy.
Yeah, we did some good things defensively. We really did. We wanted to take the jet sweep off the table, and I thought we did a good job taking the jet sweep off the table. We knew if we took the jet sweep off the table that they were going to attack the box on the inside more. And, we had some kids playing different positions due to situations like injuries and stuff like that. So some of the mistakes that were made were not, the kids not knowing what to do. It's just that a lot of them, it was their first time playing them. I think that was the first game Seth Key played the whole game at Bandit all year long. And, you saw it throughout the game when we were watching film that, the mistakes he was making in the first 2 quarters, he wasn't making those in the third and fourth quarter. Because, we at halftime, we get to actually talk to him, in the middle of a game. That's what hurts us is our kids are going both ways, so we don't get a chance to talk to them, because when defense is done, they're running out there on offense. So once we were able to talk to them a little bit, you could see some of the adjustments we made. And, you know, in the secondary, we're doing good things. You know, sometimes we get beat in coverage, and it's not because our kids are out of place or anything. Sometimes, you know, athlete to athlete, we're out-athleted in some areas right now.
You know, how hard is it when you've got your kids bought into your program, they're bought into the system, and then they go home and they hear something else maybe from their parents that, you know, may make them question some things? How hard is that to keep them bought in?
It makes our job harder every day. It does. You know, when you're winning, everything's great. It always is. You know, but when you're losing, you know, it's hard as a coaching staff to keep the kids driven, keep them going, and we're doing our best every day. I mean, we're coaching hard every day. But when you deal with the situation that you're mentioning, it's hard, because we're preaching one thing into one ear, and then they're hearing another thing in the other ear when they get home. So in teenagers, I mean, their brains are spinning 100 miles an hour as it is already. So yeah, it makes our job a lot harder because, you know, and we see it in some of our kids. I'm going to be 100% honest. We see it in some of our kids that their demeanor has changed over the last couple of weeks, not because of, you know, the football season, because we know, you know, they're probably hearing different things at home, and their demeanor's changed on the field, and it affects not only that individual, but it affects the other 10, 11 on the field at the same time.
We're going to take a 30-second timeout on the Buffalo Wild Wings Coach's Corner.
Get to B-Dubs on Thursdays for buy one, get one free boneless wings. Or as we like to say, 100% more wings. That's right. When you buy boneless wings on Thursdays, you get the same amount of wings for $0.00. Basically, the second order is 100% off. So get here for buy one, get one free boneless wings on Boneless Thursdays. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar! Buy one, get one of equal value free. Dine in at participating locations. Takeout is limited and may vary by location. Size exclusions may apply while supplies last. Limit one offer per customer. Not valid with any other coupon.
All right, Coach, do you get any other phone calls or any phone calls from any other coaches in the area, maybe telling you to hang in there and wishing you good luck and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, Coach Finney at Winsboro after the game came up to me, and, you know, when we shook hands in the middle of the field, and he said, Coach, keep your head up. Your kids are doing good. You're just, you know, you're at a disadvantage right now. You're a young team. You got some, you know, not lesser athletes, but you're just not there compared to some of the teams we're playing. But he said, keep your head up. Your team's doing good. You can see that, you know, he was shocked that when we came out on the field and drove down the field and scored on him, he was just in shock. He's like, you guys are doing a good job. Coach Barnes last week at Rains, you know, said, you know, you guys are doing a good job with these kids. You're loving on them, and, you know, you're just in a tough situation right now, tough year for the Howe Bulldogs. You know, and even this morning when I was driving to work, Coach Finney called me and was saying, hey, I watched the Rains film because they got Rains this week, and he said, man, you guys are doing good. Your kids are just, you know, they're showing things in the last two games that we didn't see the first three games in film. And, you know, and then he wanted our advice on what we thought about Rains and stuff like that. But yeah, a lot of coaches are calling and you know, that have seen us play and have watched the good things that we can do, and just, you know, saying, keep your head up, Coach. It's just one of those years, ride the storm, and it's going to keep getting better and better.
So there's no JV game this week. Who is up, and what's the situation with the JV?
The JV season will continue as normal next week. It will. You know, this week we had to make a decision, which was a very hard decision to make. When we had, you know, 15 kids out, when we were game planning on Saturday and Sunday, we were hoping that, you know, 5 or 6 of those kids were going to be cleared after Friday night to play this week. And then we walked out on the field Tuesday, and in the middle of practice, that they were evaluated by the training staff and everything, that we were told, you know, 5 or 6 more were not going to be able to play this week. So now that forced us to pull up, you know, several JV linemen, several JV kids to help the situation. Because, I mean, Friday night, I mean, we were, you know, it got into a situation with kids getting hurt that we were, you know, trying to pick and piece the certain situations together. So, you know, we made a decision to not play the JV game this week because we were pulling up so many linemen to help us on our offensive and defensive line, and we didn't want to send the JV out, you know, and make a kid that's been playing wide receiver all year long and say, hey, this week you got to play tackle, or this week you got to play guard, and then next week put them back at wide receiver. So we didn't want to put our kids in that situation. You know, it's a safety issue too for the kids running the ball and everything else. So it was a hard decision to make, but we made the decision that we weren't going to play the JV game this week for that purposes, just because we had to pull so many JV kids up. But their JV season will continue as normal next week.
Last year at Commerce, it was a heartbreaking loss. Eliminated playoff hopes over there, and after the game there were a lot of tears in the dressing room. Do you think about changing the setting over there in that particular locker room in a situation like this to just change it up?
Yeah, I mean, I've been toying with ideas and how I'm going to change up our Friday routine and everything, because this Friday, since the JV wasn't able to play this week, I'm bringing the JV to the varsity game. They're going to dress with us. They're going to run through the tunnel and stuff, let those kids experience that whole atmosphere and everything. But yeah, I mean, we got to change it up just because a lot of our kids that were there last year are going to go back and have bad memories and stuff like that. So we're going to do things a lot differently this Friday night, the way we're approaching the game, to just kind of boost morale, boost the scenario, and kind of put last year's game behind us.
Commerce, coming off of a week where they didn't play, they had a COVID situation, so they didn't play Pottsboro. They forfeited there. So they're fresh, and they're also pretty good.
Yeah.
What do they look like?
They're very good on film. They got a lot of athletes. They're 3 defensive linemen. 34, 21, and 6 to me, outside of number 54 from Pottsboro, are the 3 best in the district. I mean, they are legitimate, very good defensive linemen. I just watching film. I'm not an expert by any means, but I truly believe number 6 and number 34 can go play college football. They're that big and that good. They're very athletic. Number 5, I've had to deal with him for 3 years now at the quarterback. In my opinion, he's probably the most athletic quarterback in the district as far as pure speed and elusiveness. So he's going to be very hard to defend on Friday night, especially, a lot of our younger kids that are starting on Friday night. This is going to be their first varsity start, and they're going to be going against a very good, very athletic Commerce team.
Today's Coach's Corner has been brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party.
Get to B-Dubs on Thursdays for buy one, get one free boneless wings. Or as we like to say, 100% more wings. That's right. When you buy boneless wings on Thursdays, you get the same amount of wings for $0.00. Basically, the second order is 100% off. So get here for buy one, get one free boneless wings on Boneless Thursdays. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar! Buy one, get one of equal value free. Dine in at participating locations. Takeout is limited and may vary by location. Size exclusions may apply while supplies last. Limit 1 offer per customer. Not valid with any other coupon.
At Grayson Cullen Electric Cooperative, GCEC, we have been around for over 80 years and are governed by 7 principles: open and voluntary membership, democratic member control, members' economic participation, autonomy and independence, education, training, and information, cooperation among cooperatives, and concern for community. One of our communities is Howe, Texas, and GCEC is proud to support the Howe Bulldogs.
This is Coach Jim Fryer, former Bulldog head coach and athletic director. Connie and I still love the Dogs and ask that you show your support by joining the Howe Athletic Booster Club. Their mission is the same today as it was in the 80s. They supported all Howe athletes, girls and boys, middle school and high school. From the alumni to the current fans and parents, we ask you to back the Dogs and to become a member today.
This is Coach Jay. Visit Howe Athletic Booster Club on Facebook. Bulldog pride never dies.
Justin, Bucksnort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is closing in on an all-time record. They have given away 37 free birthday buffets so far this month.
That's where all you have to do is show your proof of age and get a free Bucksnort Barbecue buffet for your birthday. They even include the drink.
Well, from this angle, they'll keep that offer 5 days before or 5 days after your actual birthday.
It's birthday time in Texas.
Oh, geez. Stop saying everything's in Texas.
Well, Bucksnort Barbecue is in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas.
You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party. Today's Opposite Corner is brought to you by Texas Bread Lifestyle. Now let's join Monty Walker in the Opposite Corner.
And now we're visiting with Commerce head coach John McSheffery. Coach, just before COVID, you had a pretty good week. Named the head football coach at Commerce. What was that feeling like for you?
And it was a blessing for sure. It was something that was a little bit unexpected. As young as I am, I wasn't expecting to be a head coach at this age, but it was just kind of one of those things that I couldn't pass up the opportunity, and so it was just been a blessing overall.
Now, you were on the 2008 state champion Sulphur Springs team. What was special about that team?
That team, we've been playing together since we were in elementary school, played together since 3rd, 4th grade, a lot of us a core group. And, we had we still are a family, a brotherhood. And that's all we talked about. That's all we wanted to do was play ball. And so it just kind of over years and years and us building relationships together and growing closer and closer together. And then we were able to accomplish something pretty special.
Now, after high school, you went and played at West Texas A&M. What did you learn most from the college football game?
I would say more so understanding just the X's and O's. I played safety out there, so we saw a lot of different offenses. And so that's where I kind of developed my defensive mindset and began to develop my own philosophy. And, I was blessed. My dad always told me to take notes and things of, good and bad, and whether it's from an X's and O's, from a culture standpoint, from a coaching standpoint. And so that's kind of what I've done over the years. And so it's just kind of been able to, with that, just develop. That was the biggest thing, being able to develop what I want out of a program one day and how I want to operate.
Now, you came back to Sulphur Springs as an assistant coach after college. I bet that was quite a surreal experience.
Yeah, absolutely. So we, Greg Owens, he was the head coach for us that 2008 year, and he was still there and offered me a job mid-year. So, and I kind of obviously jumped up on the opportunity to do that. And so I, was with them and coach receivers and running backs while I was at my time there, and which is kind of odd. I didn't think I would coach running backs my first couple years coaching, but that was the spot. And, I'll never forget what Owen said, if you can coach anything. So, which that gave me the ability to learn a lot of the up front, the front seven, O-line play, D-line play. And so I spent a lot of time with the O-line coach at that point. And it was cool because coached with a lot of guys that coached me. And then, I jumped on that opportunity pretty quick.
So with that in mind, Josh Finney over in Winsboro, he went home and took the head coaching job at his hometown, Winsboro. Are you going to always keep an eye on that Sulphur Springs job?
Well, so my approach to, job opportunities is a little different. And when I was really young in my career, I guess I'm still young in it, but I was watching a press conference. It was a Browns head coach, and they've gone through him left and right over the last couple decades. But he said he never went and applied or looked for a job because then he felt like he wasn't invested in the one that he was in. And so that's one thing I do is I just kind of keep my head down, work, and hopefully let my work speak for itself. And then if people call, then they call. But that's kind of when I entertain the idea. But no, I'm invested here. Me and my wife just moved here to Commerce, and so we are fully invested in this community, this program, and
So you've been at Commerce for quite a while now as the DC, and several years now, and you know what you have and you know what's coming. What kind of program are you trying to build over there?
So the biggest thing for me, when it comes to how I want to build it and what I want, the characteristics, my saying is DEW, but it's D-E-W, kind of like the Mountain Dew. And so we talk about discipline, effort, and work, and those are my big three. And so that's what, on all levels, I want those three things. There's no reason those three things aren't being done. And so that's what I build the program on. With that, I want to start at the Pee Wee level and work your way up. And so we kind of try to get our hand in that a little bit and go see those kids play. And then the other thing is just trying to get kids out, I want to have a lot of numbers, a lot of kids playing, and so that's kind of what I'm looking to do here.
Now, you guys unfortunately had to forfeit to Pottsboro last week due to some COVID issues. What's the situation now?
Yeah, we're good. So we on Friday morning, we were made aware of a positive case. But just by how we've been operating and those things, we weren't. It wasn't drastically affected. We have a couple kids that we've had to quarantine and things like that. But we've been doing our due diligence on the precautions and social distancing and that stuff when it comes to that. So we're in good shape. We wanted to be really smart and protective of us and protective of Pottsboro when it come to, at that moment in time, that was the day of a game. We just didn't want to make a rash decision and put anybody in jeopardy.
The Opposite Corner is brought to you by Texas Bred Lifestyle. Show that you are Bulldog bred with one of our Howe Bulldog Bred custom hats. Visit Texas Bred Lifestyle on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party.
Hello, Bulldog fans. This is Juan Enciso, your local farmer's insurance agent here in Howe. We're here to assist you with your insurance needs, including auto, home, life, business needs, and more. We're vested in the community because we are the only insurance agent in Howe. Our office is at 403 West Hanning Street, or we can be reached by calling 972-382-6121. We're also on the web at farmersagent.com/JEnciso. I have the knowledge and experience to help you better understand your insurance coverage options. Call me, Juan Enciso, at 972-382-6121.
Independent Financial is proud to support Howe ISD and their hardworking students, teachers, and staff. We share your vision for a brighter tomorrow and a championship season. For every challenge, Independent Financial has you covered. Our team can suggest a wide range of financial products to make your personal banking fast and easy. Plus, we have the know-how to deliver the game-changing business banking solutions. Independent Financial, your community in your corner. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
If you've ever been in an automobile accident, who do you trust for your needed repairs? Star Auto Body is Texoma's most trusted body shop, serving all of Grayson County and surrounding counties since 1992. Star Auto Body is locally owned and operated. Services include major collision repairs with or without insurance claims, minor cosmetic repairs, parts replacement, and refinishing. Choose Star Auto Body and Alignments in Howe, Texas, 903-532-5365. Star Auto Body of Howe, Texas.
This is Michelle Castle with Guild Mortgage, welcoming you to Howe Bulldogs football. Guild has been delivering on the promise of home to hundreds of thousands of people just like you for over 60 years. With a big heart and a desire to serve, we're committed to making life better in our communities. This is where we live, and we're committed to building it with you.
Guild Mortgage is an equal housing lender company, NMLS 3274. Michelle Castle, NMLS number 231122. Branch address 714 North Travis Street, Sherman, Texas 75090. All loans subject to underwriting approval. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to change without notice.
You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party. Today's Howe Bulldogs Flux Capacitor is brought to you by Quick Check Convenience Stores. Now let's join Monty Walker with the Howe Bulldogs Flux Capacitor.
The Howe Bulldogs are 6-2 on games played on October the 16th. The first ever win in school history came on this day 85 years ago when they defeated the Denison B team 41-0 at Bulldog Stadium. Howe coach Barnes Milam unleashed his halfback Billy Bryant Cloud, who made 4 of the 6 Howe touchdowns, including a 70-yard run in the second quarter. The following year, Howe beat Collinsville 13-7 and didn't play again on October 16th until 1970, when on that night they beat Dallas Greenhill 18-14. In 1981, a matchup with Callisburg was rained out. In 1987, Howe lost at Pottsboro 16-3 and were shut out in 1992 by Pilot Point 39-0. In 1998, Howe ripped Whitewright 55-0 on a night where Brooks Foster ran a touchdown for 96 yards. In 2009, Howe beat Whitewright 12-10. And in 2015, Howe set a school record at Tom Bean, scoring 77 points.
Honaker's PAT, and that breaks the school record, 77-0. We're under a minute. The clock is running, and Howe will win 77-0 in Tom Bean.
That night, Tyler Grisham became the first ever Howe player to score on a kickoff return, a rushing touchdown, and a receiving touchdown in the same game. Howe coach Zach Hudson tied Joey McQueen with his 16th win that night and broke the previous school record of 76 points set when McQueen was the head coach in 1991. Howe rushed for 571 yards that night 5 years ago, and now Air Force kicker Bryce Honaker set a record 11 extra points in a single game. This will be the 5th matchup with Howe and Commerce. The Bulldogs' only win came in 2013 with a 26-6 thump in Commerce. Last year's battle was won with playoff hopes on the line, and Commerce pulled away in the rain late in the game with a heartbreaking 20-14 comeback that virtually ended all hopes for the Bulldogs for postseason play. This week's Howe Bulldogs Flux Capacitor is brought to you by Quick Check Convenience Stores, moving small towns forward. Family owned and operated in North Texas since 1977.
You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party.
Buying and or selling your next home should be an enjoyable experience. At Ann's Realty Group, our commitment to the personal relationship of the transaction ensures not only the level of communication that you deserve, but also the assurance that we will be here the next time you need us. We're not a big box real estate company by design. The flexibility that the freedom of being an independent brokerage allows us to be fully at your service as you need us to be. Ann's Realty Group, Ann Dick & Broker for all your real estate needs. 903-818-2676.
Since 2011, Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory has walked with hundreds of families through the most overwhelming time of their lives. Their job is simple: to make this season a little easier. What you can expect is a no-pressure, people-first philosophy, custom services for memorials that you'll remember forever, and reasonable pricing. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins have built a reputation over the past 30 years in the funeral business for making every family feel at home. Visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call 903-482-5225.
Are you motivated?
Coach, we're highly motivated for Sonic.
What?
Coach, you know we're rough and tough, but sometimes we just need a burger, tots, and a shake.
Oh my goodness. Well, if you're going to Sonic and Howe, pick me up some of those handmade onion rings.
Yes, sir. Sonic of Howe is where you get great food and big smiles.
It's not just good.
It's Sonic good.
Whoa. Those onion rings really bring the hammer down.
Cooler heads prevail in football, and for over 50 years, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating have been keeping the Bulldogs cooled off. Not too many have reached 50 years in Howe, but Baker Air Conditioning and Heating have been at 215 North Denny Street since Richard Nixon was president. But there's nothing tricky about Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. They have a great reputation by servicing all brands. If the heat gets to you, call them at 903-532-6255.
On the Howe Enterprise Sports webcast from HoweEnterprise.com. This is Howe Bulldogs football. Today's scene setter is brought to you by Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, proud partner of Bulldogs Athletics.
Forward, not back, is the motto selected. A motto well worthy to grace any wall. Every man ready, every man steady, vowing to escape from the age-dreaded fall. Steady defense and a dashing attack, foeman defeating, never retreating. Our motto is forward, not back.
He's got the 35. It's a foot race. He could be gone. Kiss him goodbye. It is touchdown time in Texas. And Jordan Jones celebrates in the end zone with his pink gloves and slaps his number 3 on his chest. It's 6-0 Howe.
Forward, not back. 50 times let us yell it. Tell it to Commerce. Tell it to Bonham. We are young and learning. To Mineola and Mount Vernon. Tell them there's room below us. We're on them. Tell them a couple of search for the sack. 2 of the others, not us, my brothers. Our motto is forward, not back.
It's right down the middle, and it's good. K9 for 3. And Howe extends the lead 10-0.
It's the Howe Bulldogs and the Commerce Tigers.
Here we go. Live from Ernest Hawkins Field at Memorial Stadium. This is Bulldogs football.
Today's scene setter is brought to you by Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, proud partner of Bulldogs Athletics. You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party on the Howe Enterprise Sports webcast from HoweEnterprise.com. This is Howe Bulldogs football. Football time in Texas is just moments away. Now, with the call of the game, here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Monty Walker.
Well, good evening and welcome to Ernest Hawkins Field. Monty Walker, along with Justin White, Carson Grogan, the Blizzard, Blake Burnett, Caroline Slauson, our sideline extraordinaire, and Jake Roberts in the booth with us. It's Howe and Commerce tonight over here in Commerce. And I think we are, that's the Howe school song. The theme tonight is 17. 17 Howe players are not suited up and inactive tonight. That includes Jalen Thornton, Caleb Warman, Carson Daniels, Cooper Jones, Andrew Bertrand, Luke Jackson, Caleb Hicks, Raul Hernandez, Jonathan Meneses, Brantley Flynn, Jaron Grisham, Jordan Troxtel, Dakota Harrington, Will Fleming, and Matthew Bearden. Those are the individuals that are not playing tonight. So in week one, you had Jalen Thornton, Jordan Jones, Carson Daniels, Dakota Harrington, Will Fleming, Matthew Bearden as starters. They were injured and replaced by Caleb Warman, Jordan Troxtel, Caleb Hicks, Matthew Bearden, Jaron Grisham, Luke Jackson. They're out. So now they replaced them with Brantley Flynn and Andrew Bertrand. They're out. So now you've got an array of new starters on the Howe Bulldogs, which include what used to be K9 is now, I guess, K66. Kevin Flores, the kicker, will play defensive end tonight. Malin Walker, the freshman, gets his first start, and he's going both ways tonight. He'll play nose tackle and left tackle. So, tell you what, we've got our work cut out for us tonight, Justin White. Let's go over the starting lineups, and I'll start with the Howe Bulldogs up front on offense. Malin Walker, the left tackle. Jackson Adkins, the left guard. The center is Seth Key. The right guard is Aiden Burris, and the right tackle is Clay White, called up from the JV. The tight end, Braden Wise. The quarterback, Austin Haley. And the wide receiver, Ryan Huff. In the backfield tonight, Ethan Lopez, who was injured a week ago but will play. And a call-up from JV to be the starter at fullback will be Jason Cross. And the halfback, Matt Hayes, will also see Jordan Jones a little bit tonight. And that's your hit exterior starting lineup for the Howe Bulldogs offense. Go ahead, Justin.
All right,
White.
let's start with the Commerce Tiger defense. They play a 4-3 defense, starting on that defensive line. At defensive end is Omari Davis, and the other defensive end is Henry Serrano. Defensive tackles are Trevor Davis and C.J. Dunbar. At linebacker is Wade Nicholson, Jack Gossett, and Gage Elliott. Those are the three linebackers. In the secondary, two cornerbacks are Javion Cornelius and Deshaun Jackson. Safeties are Ashton Seal and Dre Gadlin.
The Howe Bulldogs defense tonight. Your hit exterior starting defense. Kevin Flores, a defensive tackle. Malin Walker at nose guard, the freshman. Clay White, the junior, is a defensive tackle or defensive end. The linebackers, Colby Taylor, the senior. Jackson Atkins, the middle linebacker, a senior. And Seth Key, the senior. And the joker will be Joey Heimel. He's a senior. The cornerbacks tonight, Wesley Inge, he was a JV call-up a few weeks ago. Cameron Langford will get his first start at cornerback. He's a senior. Austin Haley will start at free safety. He's a sophomore. And Caleb McNutt will start at the strong safety. He is a junior.
All right, let's go to the offensive line for Commerce. Big line, averaging 248 pounds across the front there. At the left tackle, Anton Stapleton. Left guard is Noah Howell. Center is Andy Jenkins. Right guard is Jason Jones. And right tackle is Roy Gaffney. The receivers are Deshaun Jackson and Javion Cornelius. Slot receiver is Ashton Seal. Tight end is Ty Hoffman. The running back, a sophomore, Kendrick Greer. And the guy that makes it all go, probably the most athletic quarterback in the district, arguably Jaden Wilson at the senior quarterback.
And that's your hit exterior starting lineup. Let's go over the opponent overview brought to you by attorney Micah Belden. Go ahead with that, Justin.
Well, I've tried to figure out how to categorize Commerce this week as far as just overall their team strengths, and probably as far as what Howe has played and who they will play the rest of the season. Commerce probably is the most athletic team they have faced and will face all season long.
They're very athletic.
They've got size. They've got speed. And you think about this team, 2 years ago they went 1-9. Last year they went 4-7, ended up making the playoffs. And then this year they're 4-2, 1-2 in district. and a lot of those guys from last year and 2 years ago are on the team now, have grown up before the Commerce fans' eyes, and they're starting to mature now, and they've got a lot of size, a lot of speed to burn here. So Bulldogs will definitely have their hands full tonight.
Commerce averages 34.75 points per game and 342 yards per game, of which 199 is on the ground and 142 through the air. That's your opponent overview, sponsored by Attorney Micah Belden. When you want to outmatch your opponent, call Attorney Micah Belden at 903-744-4252, extension 2. The Howe Bulldogs overview tonight, a lot of youth on the field, a lot of call-ups. I think the overview and the goal tonight, compete more than one quarter, sustain that drive, and get that offense to go into the second quarter and extend their success out, and also stay injury-free. You've got to stay upright tonight. They're dropping like flies in the second half, at least a week ago. A lot of new faces out there for the Bulldogs, a lot of young faces. You've got to stay healthy tonight. And that is your Howe Bulldogs overview. That's brought to you by Goodfellas Barbershop in downtown Howe, specializing in all cuts and styles and straight razor shaves. I had one just 2 days ago. Experience the old school feel at Goodfellas Barbershop in downtown Howe. Our final thoughts brought to you by Rapid Electric. Justin, let's start with you on the final thought before we kick off here.
Each week it seems like we've seen this offense start to get a little bit better, a little bit more comfortable here. This will be the third week kind of running this I formation double tight end set. But they're going against a fast defense here, so try to keep it balanced. Again, try to keep it injury-free, and hopefully just try to hang around for as long as they can.
Let's check in with Blake Burnett for the first time. The Blizzard, how about your final thought?
My final thought on tonight's game is you got to stop Jaden Wilson. He's got the speed to get to the edge, and if he does, it's good night.
Caroline Slauson, our Night Furniture Sideline Report, your final thought. Is she muted? No, she's good.
Battery's working?
No battery. We'll see what we got going there. We'll check back with Caroline here in just a little bit. My final thought tonight for the Rapid Electric, final thought for this game is, again, Howe's going to have to run the football, run the clock down, the play clock down, and kind of keep Commerce's offense off the field as much as you can, sustain those drives. The 17-play drive a week ago was amazing, taking 9 minutes off the clock. Got to do that again.
Yeah, it is going to be interesting with all the patchwork, around the line. I mean, you got a starting fullback from JV. You've got different pieces you're having to put together. I mean, heck, we talked about with Kevin Flores, who's our kicker, and who hadn't played a lot of football before coming to Howe, is starting on the defensive line, and I'm sure he's up to the task. But that's where we're at right now, is trying to plug in pieces where we can.
Well, that's your Rapid Electric final thought. Rapid Electric, don't get shocked. Call them at 903-421-8100. That's my Mr. Magoo eyes again right there. 421-8100. For Rapid Electric, your final thought. We're just about ready for the Tech Wave kickoff. Howe has not come through the run-through yet, nor has Commerce. And I don't know if we've had a chance. I don't know if Caroline, if we made a reconnection there.
We'll try again.
Still nothing.
Uh-oh.
So we'll see. Okay.
There.
Whoa.
There it is. I'm gonna see.
Okay. I think we got something.
Oh, I'll come change mics here in a minute. But, hey, guys, my final thought is just let's get out of here with no injuries. Let's just let's all go get home safe.
Yeah, I agree. Let's do that. So let me see. We had an issue with the XLR cord earlier, so I don't know if that's it or we'll try to figure this out. The Howe Bulldogs are stretching in the end zone. We don't have the officials for tonight, so I'm not sure if we'll be able to get in the coin toss. But the Bulldogs are in white jerseys tonight, black pants for the first time on the road
Haven't seen that. They've been in gray on the road all year long, but something different tonight. Coach Jay is very superstitious, going to change things up. Went to the black pants tonight with a thick gray stripe down the side. This is very 1980s look right here.
I like it.
So we're going to take a quick timeout, and while they're stretching, we'll try to fix Caroline's mic. We'll be right back right after this. Justin, Bucks North Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is closing in on an all-time record. They have given away 37 free birthday buffets so far this month.
That's where all you have to do is show your proof of age and get a free Bucks North Barbecue buffet for your birthday. They even include the drink.
Well, from this angle, they'll keep that offer 5 days before or 5 days after your actual birthday.
It's birthday time in Texas.
Oh, geez. Stop saying everything's in Texas.
Well, Bucks North Barbecue is in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas.
Hello, Howe Bulldogs. This is Coach Joey McQueen, former Bulldogs head coach and athletic director. Vic and I still love the Dogs and ask that you show your support by joining the Howe Athletic Booster Club. Their mission is the same today as it was in the 90s. They support all Howe athletes, girls and boys, middle school and high school. It's only $25 to become a member. From the alumni to the current fans and parents, we ask that you back the Dogs and become a member today. Go visit the Howe Athletic Booster Club on Facebook. Have a great year, Bulldogs.
Hello, Bulldog fans. This is Juan Enciso, your local farmers insurance
Mic
agent
check,
here in
1,
Howe.
2,
We're
test,
here to
1,
assist
2,
you with your
test, 1,
insurance
2,
needs,
3. Mic check,
including
test.
auto, home, life, business needs, and more. We're vested in the community because we are the only insurance agent in Howe. Our office is at 403 West Hanning Street, or we can be reached by calling 972-382-6121. We're also on the web at farmersagent.com/JEnciso. I have the knowledge and experience to help you better understand your insurance coverage options. Call me, Juan Enciso, at 972-382-6121.
Independent Financial is proud to support Howe ISD and their hardworking students, teachers, and staff. We share your vision for a brighter tomorrow and a championship season. For every challenge, Independent Financial has you covered. Our team can suggest a wide range of financial products to make your personal banking fast and easy. Plus, we have the know-how to deliver the game-changing business banking solutions. Independent Financial, your community in your corner. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Welcome back. We are at Ernest Hawkins Field in Commerce, Texas. Monty Walker along with Justin White and the rest of the gang. That's Carson Grogan. That's Jake Roberts. That's the Blizzard, Blake Burnett. And that is also Caroline Slauson. She's down on the sidelines. I don't know if she's had a chance to talk to the officials to get in the coin toss.
Yeah, we're going to be able to get into it.
Okay, perfect. And here come the Bulldogs through the tunnel. White jerseys, black helmets, black pants, thick gray stripe down the side. It's Bryce Crosby carrying the Bulldog Nation flag. And the Texas flag being carried by another Bulldog, not Jordan Jones, it's Joey Heimel this week. So the Bulldogs coming through. A few have made it over here. It's not a huge crowd on the Bulldog side by any means. I hope you're all listening and being good little Bulldogs fans and tuning in to the broadcast here Friday night. A new scoreboard, and I think Caroline will probably get into that later on, but a new scoreboard here at this beautiful facility. This is the home of Texas A&M Commerce, the Lions, and it is a gorgeous night. A little chill. It's football weather.
It is football time in Texas as far as the weather goes. It's fall time in Texas.
So Commerce is a rather large team as well. They're much larger in size than the Bulldogs. 1,241 pounds of beef up front. That's 248 pounds per man on that offensive line. So they really can bring it. Now on the defensive line, it's a little bit smaller, 217 and a half on the defensive line. On the four-man front with 870 pounds. Starters for Commerce, 7 seniors, 1 junior, 3 sophomores on defense. And on offense, they'll start 4 seniors, 4 juniors, and 3 sophomores. We got the coin toss. Austin Haley with the coin toss. Howe won the toss. Howe won the toss and apparently is they're going to kick off tonight. I'm sorry, they're going to receive tonight.
Receive.
We're going to receive tonight. So, all right. Good job, Austin Haley. A good way to start there.
Yeah.
The Bulldogs, where were we? We will, on the roster, there's 26 active players, of which 15 are underclassmen. To be exact, there are 8 seniors, 7 juniors, 9 sophomores, and 2 freshmen on the roster. A little different look.
A lot of youth.
A lot of youth. It's a youth movement. So everybody has come through the tunnel, and now I think we're ready for the national anthem. As everyone is facing the flag. Which way are we going here? Which way is this field facing? I'm going to have to figure that out.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please stand? Gentlemen, please remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem by the Commerce Tiger Band.
Well, it's football time in Texas, over here in Commerce, Texas. Let's set the scene for you. We are on the visitors' bleachers on the Howe side. Howe looked like they had a pretty big roster right there. They've called up the JV. There was no JV game last night, so the JV players are also dressed on the sidelines. That's probably one reason they went with black pants tonight, because JV has black pants. So
that makes sense.
Howe will be receiving the football tonight and heading from left to right, which is south to north. If you're keeping along at home. Let's see. The back deep to return this for the Bulldogs will be Jordan Jones.
For the Tigers is number 13.
And he'll stand at about the 7-yard line. And doing the
deep
kicking
for the Bulldogs is number 3.
Will be Castillo. Logan Castillo for Commerce. Commerce in black pants, black jerseys, and orange numbers outlined in white. Castillo's onside kick is not going to go but about 3 yards. It's going to keep rolling, however, and it dies after about 4 yards. So Commerce tries to onside kick, knowing good and well that Howe is beat up, banged up, everything else. And Commerce starts with an onside kick, but for Howe's sake, it doesn't go but 4 yards, and Howe's going to start with great field position at the 45-yard line on the Commerce side of the field.
Gift wrapping Howe, some good field position there, and he kicked that ball, and it almost, I'm lucky it went 4 yards. It almost went parallel with the 40-yard line. And so
I've seen a kickoff go backwards before.
Oh, wow.
But that's the Tech Wave kickoff. It went forward, but only for, they'll call it 5 yards. They spotted at the 45. Howe going left to right with Ryan Huff split out wide. This is a jet sweep to Jordan Jones. Looking for the left side. He gets a pretty good block on that left side and gains 5 yards on first down. Pretty good gain right there.
Yeah, give it to Jones. Give it to the fastest guy on the Howe side of the field, and getting around that corner. We didn't know if we were going to see Jordan Jones tonight. His status was questionable, but he is in there, and good to see him in the lineup.
Howe comes back to the line of scrimmage on 2nd down and 5. And Haley is in the gun, and he is going to hand off near side. And near side is Jones again. This time he's flattened down the line and out of bounds, but I think we're going to get a face mask call. So that'll be advantageous for the Bulldogs.
To Jordan Jones trying to get around that corner. Jackson Atkins was pulling in the left guard. He stayed right on his back hip trying to follow Atkins. And the Bulldogs will get another gift here with a, as you said, with the flag, and that'll move 15 yards.
Personal foul, face masking against the Tigers is the call.
So that will push the ball. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Can you use binoculars without your glasses and then still be able to see to right? Let's turn down that crowd mic just a little bit. Ethan Lopez will check into the game. Ball spotted now at the 30. After the face mask penalty. Everybody in tight this time. And Haley directs Jones over to a double wing, and this is going to be a toss to Jones. Running up the middle, and he's going to gain a few close to the 20-yard line.
I like that play. Got everybody in tight, put Jones in motion there, and just pitched to him on the inside.
Pick up a
and nice little 3-yard gain here for the Bulldogs. And what they want to do is just kind of bleed this clock and make this a methodical drive.
So I said he had the 30, but they started at the 25. So now at the 22. This is a double wing set again, and this is going to be a toss to Ethan Lopez running left. He runs into the quarterback, and he goes down immediately. He didn't get the blocking he was looking for, and he goes down backwards, back close to the 24-yard line.
It was a good thought to give it to Lopez. Went to the right side with Jones last play. Went to the left side this time, and Jones just hit Haley in the back and pretty much stopped him right there. And now they're looking at a third and 9 situation.
Duty checks in, and he and Huff will go split out wide to the left. No, Duty will stay in at a tight end. And Haley is in the gun. And he drops back, screen pass out to the near side, caught by Huff, but dropped immediately. And actually, are they going to say incomplete?
Incomplete, yeah.
They'll rule it incomplete. It's going to be 4th down. And we'll see if K9 turns into K66 or what they intend on doing right here with the ball at the 24-yard line. It would be a 41-yard attempt, so I don't think that's within K66's range.
I don't think so either. Look like they're huddled up. They're going to go for this.
Well, it might as well. It's 4th and 9. You're deep in Commerce territory. And Howe hustles to the line. Haley goes under center, and he'll roll out right. Looking down the field, and it's going to be incomplete. Trying to find his receiver right at the mark, which was Ryan Huff. But it falls incomplete, and a turnover on downs to start the game.
Probably not a bad play. Roll to his right side there, try to find Huff. They did that last week, and Huff was able to get the toe touchdown last week, but it was a little bit off target, out of bounds. And ball will go over on downs. And now this electric offense of Commerce with a lot of speed on that side will set up shop at their own 24-yard line. And here's a Wilson over to the right side. That's going to be dropped by the receiver over there. Just hit him right in the hands.
Pass incomplete was tipped.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. I believe that was number 1, Ashton Seal, with the drop on the quick screen pass. Bring up 2nd down and 10.
So they started with about 10:05 on the clock there, and the ball spotted at their own 24-yard line. And here is Wilson, a screen pass out to the right side. That's going to be caught. Minimal yards, maybe 2 or 3.
Wilson's pass is complete.
Across the 25 to the 26, perhaps the 27-yard line.
Tried almost the same play. Good job there by Colby Taylor. He kind of made Wilson pump fake once before he threw that, and even had to throw it over Taylor's hands. And they gave time for the defense to pursue the receiver.
So it's Basham in the backfield along with Wilson, who's in the pistol look. And Seal is a slot receiver to the near side with Jackson split out wide with him. Down here at the bottom, Commerce is headed south from our right to left. And Wilson drops back and whistles before this one can get underway. It wasn't delay of game because there's 1 second on the play clock.
False start against the Tigers.
But it's a false start against Commerce, so they'll back that up 5. From the 27 to the 22-yard, I guess they were at the 29 because they'll spot it at the 24. No score here in Commerce. We are in the first quarter. Each team has now had a possession. A man goes in motion from right to left, and here's a handoff up the middle to Basham. Spins out of a tackle and is going to be brought down. A nice play up the middle. Is that the nose guard?
Maybe somewhere around there, and I think McNutt came in there and finished him off, I believe. But good pursuit there by the defense there to read that play, run play the right side in the pistol formation, and able to take down Basham with no gain.
I think the nose guard made that tackle.
Did he make it? Blizzard, did you see it?
McNutt made the tackle.
Oh!
But somebody slowed him down before that.
Well, they're going to have to punt from the 10-yard line is where Castillo will have his heels touch the 10. Jones back to return it, and they just run and finally boot it down the sideline. It's going to bounce just shy of midfield, and it's going to be picked up by Jones, who dangerously fields it at the 42 and falls forward. He had no chance to run it because he was falling down as he picked it up. But Howe will start at their own 42-yard line. There is 7:52 on the clock, and this will be Howe's second possession.
Be careful, young man, trying to pick that thing up on the run with many Tigers behind you.
Here, fairly soon, we will check down with our Night Furniture sideline reporter. Lots of Bulldogs on the sidelines tonight with the JV called up. Looks like a playoff game. Haley goes under center. Everybody bunched together. This looked like a bad snap, and Haley's able to fall on it. And there will be no gain. Let's check down with our Night Furniture sideline reporter, Caroline Slauson.
Yeah, guys, you mentioned.
That's Carson. Carson does that.
I always forget that. You mentioned, we've mentioned several times how we have several herd Bulldogs tonight. I talked to Ricky Ake in his, 32 years here. He has never seen this many Bulldogs out.
Yeah, it's crazy. So the Bulldogs hustle to the line of scrimmage, and a couple of Bulldogs jump, including the left tackle, Malin Walker, and the right tight end. That is going to be Braden Wise. Both individuals jumped, and they'll back it up 5. So Howe now, instead of at the 42, will have second down from the 37.
The shuffle around that defensive line and got the offensive line spooked just a little bit.
So second down, and this is going to be a toss out to the right side. Slung down is going to be a Haley as he kept it around the right edge. He'll get to the 30, which is a loss of 2.
Interesting play. I don't know if it was maybe a speed sweep of somewhat to the right side. He instead kept it and just followed right behind the guy that was maybe going to get the ball, and then not much on there. Commerce used his speed there to contain Haley.
So Howe with a 3rd and 17 now. We'll split out Lopez wide to the left. Huff as a slot receiver on the far side. Haley sprints out right. Manning is right in his grill and brings him down immediately at the 21-yard line.
Sack on the play by number 21.
That's Henry Serrano there on that defensive end coming through. Fighting through that left side of the line there, and that's kind of where the inexperience of the Bulldog offensive line is coming into play with a lot of size up front. Or maybe not a lot of size, but a lot of speed up front there on that defensive line.
Well, Serrano is a monster defensive end as well.
And he's able to slice his way through the line and get Haley down.
So Kevin Flores will go back to punt with Cooper Jones out. He got poked in the eye, so he's out tonight. He'll stand at his own 10-yard line, and the punt is a pretty good one. Out past the 50 to the 45, bounces inside the 40, and darting and making a dash for it was Wilson, but he just kind of made a step at it, kind of like a basketball point guard move, and backed off, and they'll take it at their own 39-yard line. Commerce will.
I tell you, it was a pretty good defensive stand here the first drive there for the Bulldogs. Went 3, forced Commerce to go 3 and out.
So they'll try it again from their own 39, Will Commerce, as They have it first down and 10 with a pistol look, and Basham is going to get the carry over right tackle, and he's going to be tackled by the kicker, who's now a defensive end, K66 Kevin Flores, but a pretty good 6-yard gain there on first down for Basham.
Good job by Flores. He was on the right side of the line, of the defensive line. That went to the right side of the offensive line, so he was having to go crossfield there to make that tackle. And good pursuit there by K66.
A 3-man front for Howe with 3 backers, and now a joker pushing ahead. And this is going to be another handoff to Basham around the right edge, and he's got the sideline pushed out of bounds by Jordan Jones deep in Howe territory around the 35-yard line.
Trying to get him running downhill. They get him to Basham. They see something on that right side they like, and that time they were able to break that one open for a bigger gain and down into Bulldog territory.
12-yard run for Basham as they'll set it at the 34-yard line. Commerce moving right to left, having some success on offense for the first time so far tonight, as Wilson and company will turn and look to the sidelines. And they want the play, and they get it. In the pistol is Wilson. Basham stands right behind him. Wilson wants to throw. Looking right, steps up in the pocket. Now he's going to take off and run. Around the left edge, being chased down, and is going to slip one tackle. He's got the 15. He's very fast. Around the 15-yard line, he finally goes out of bounds.
Well, first of all, he had great protection back there. Good coverage for the Bulldogs downfield. Problem was when he broke the pocket, then he was just kind of wide open. And then we saw some of the speed he came. He went down and stopped a little bit and then put it in another gear and went past, I believe that was Austin Haley, and now they're down inside the red zone.
Boy, he turned on the boosters
He
at
did.
about the 22-yard line, and that sprint for 7 yards was quite impressive. So Basham will stand behind Wilson, who's in pistol. 2 receivers out wide to the right, and he's going to turn around, hand to Basham. Near side, looking for the edge, splits the defense into the end zone. 14-yard touchdown for Basham, and Commerce has struck first blood tonight. 6-0 with 4:50 here in the first.
They've been running the right side mostly tonight. That time they went inside to go to the left, just again to get in the pistol and just kind of an outside run there. And Basham, good blocks there, and maybe too good of blocks because they got a holding call on Commerce.
Oh, bring that one back, eh?
Holding against the Tigers.
So holding against Commerce, and that'll push it back. We'll see where they spot it. It's at the 19-yard line.
Yes.
First down, 15.
So you may hear the PA there. 1st and 15. They can get a first at about the 3-yard line. So wipe off the touchdown. Wilson in the pistol, Basham behind him. He wants to throw, stepping up in the pocket, looking, plenty of time, rolls out right, he's going to run. He's got the 15 and escapes a tackle somehow. He was down to a knee, didn't get the knee, came back other side, 15, and finally brought down on the far side. And that, gosh,
Jade Wilson on the scramble.
that's going to be Wesley Inge who brings him down, the cornerback on the near side right at the 15. A lot of running.
I tell you what, he went to the right. I think Colby Taylor almost dragged him down. I'm surprised the knee didn't go down. A reverse field came back the other way, and then good job by Wesley Inge, kind of squared him up and able to bring him down. But not after he probably ran.
He had to run 50 yards altogether in that play.
40, 50 yards to get what, 5 yards maybe?
He lost a yard. Oh, he got 4 yards. So here we are, 2nd down and 9. Wilson wants to pass. He has his man out to the far side, slips a defender, but down at about the 6-yard line.
Wilson's pass is complete.
And it's hard to see.
Ty Hoffman.
I guess that's Hoffman on the far side. It's far to see on the very far side over there, but they're going to spot the ball, what did I say, at the 9?
Maybe more at the 6.
Yeah, it's at the 6, you're right. 6th play of the drive for Commerce. They've already scored, but it was called back on a holding penalty. 3:25 left to go, no score here in the first quarter. Pretty good display of football for the Howe Bulldogs. Basham is in the gun, pistol rather. He's going to run it straight up the middle, and he's into the end zone. almost untouched for a 6-yard score for the quarterback Wilson. And this time I don't see a penalty, and Commerce is on the board. For real.
That was a design run from the get-go, and they parted that middle of that line like the Red Sea. I mean, he just wiggled his way through there. There was no way, nobody touched him there.
So now we've got a 6-play drive that went 61 yards. And what did I miss there?
Well, they did
conversion is no good, right?
Yeah, did the swing gate there, and Wilson tried to fire one in there, and it went complete. And I thought Jordan Jones went down for a second, but he's up.
All right, let's take a quick timeout. 6-0. Howe Commerce in the lead. We'll be right back right after this.
If you've ever been in an automobile accident, who do you trust for your needed repairs? Star Auto Body is Texoma's most trusted body shop, serving all of Grayson County and surrounding counties since 1992. Star Auto Body is locally owned and operated. Services include major collision repairs with or without insurance claims, minor cosmetic repairs, parts replacement, and refinishing. Choose Star Auto Body and Alignments in Howe, Texas, 903-532-5365. Star Auto Body of Howe, Texas.
This is Michelle Castle with Guild Mortgage, welcoming you to Howe Bulldogs football. Guild has been delivering on the promise of home to hundreds of thousands of people just like you for over 60 years. With a big heart and a desire to serve, we're committed to making life better in our communities. This is where we live, and we're committed to building it with you.
Guild Mortgage is an equal housing lender company, NMLS 3274. Michelle Castle, NMLS number 231122. Branch address 714 North Travis Street, Sherman, Texas 75090. All loans subject to underwriting approval. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to change without notice.
Hey, Caroline, we're probably going to have to ask for full 60s tonight. Apparently, they're not going to give that to us. That was your Tech Wave kickoff. It was an onside kick. Dylan Hughes did a masterful job going up for it, grabbing it, coming straight down with it. Your hit exterior scoring drive recap for Commerce, 6 plays, 61 yards, and the 2-point conversion was unsuccessful. It's 6-0 Commerce. Howe goes under center, and this is going to be a toss to the near side. And Jordan Jones looks for a seam. He has a pretty good run of first down and more. Inside the 30, he won't go down, or inside the 40 rather, and he finally goes down at about the 36-yard line. A great job by Jordan Jones to keep churning his legs, and it's a pretty good gain for Howe.
Again, they're bunching up there. I guess they're like almost like a slot T type formation maybe. We got two
it's
wing
a double
back.
wing.
Double wing. They had two wing backs there, yeah. And just pitch it to him, and he makes the inside run there, and first down there for the Bulldogs.
Ball at the 36 is a toss to Lopez, and he's hit immediately as soon as he touched the ball. And Braden Wise not real happy because this guy got the tackle right there.
3-yard loss in the play, 2nd down, 13.
Back to the 39-yard line, sets up a 2nd and 13 with 2:25 left to go in the first. So far, the Jordan Jones part of the offense has been pretty good. Everything else,
Yeah, get the ball to your leading rusher right now. He comes in with 24 carries, 129 yards, and a touchdown. And, yeah, he's your feature back right now.
And now we've got a flag. Illegal substitution, apparently, is going to be called against Howe.
There was a penalty flag before the snap, illegal substitution.
And they're going to back this one up. We had players coming in and out of the huddle. So that not good. They'll push it back to the 44-yard line. So now all of a sudden Howe, after the big Jordan Jones first down run, is facing a 2nd down and 18. We had a 3rd down and 17 a moment ago, and now a 2nd down and 18.
Hard to win ball games when you put yourself in long situations like that.
Double wing set, shotgun, man goes in motion, and this is going to be a handoff near side. Jordan Jones being chased down and slung down from behind. What a massive individual that player is. The linebacker, Gorjanta Dunbar. My goodness.
Dunbar, yeah. There was a lot of misdirection there. Bulldogs almost look like the like Winsboro or like Bells there with all the misdirection, but it did not fool Dunbar, and Dunbar tossed Jordan Jones around just like a sack of potatoes. I mean, he just twisted him and threw him down.
3rd and 24 now. Ball at midfield. Back to where they started virtually. And Haley wants to throw. Deep ball. Wide open Ryan Huff, and it's overthrown by a step. He was wide open. It's almost like he stopped for a moment.
I wonder if he didn't see that.
We'll bring up 4th down.
Because they threw it over his shoulder. And he was at a couple of steps out of behind the coverage. And, yeah, it's like he stopped, or he could have – I thought with his speed he could have got to that.
Well, had he caught that, he would have been gone. That would have tied the game. He was wide open.
Had snuck out there.
And it looked to be overthrown by a yard, but I think Huff may have stopped a little bit. Here's the kick by Flores, the punt, and it's going to be taken. Look out. This is dangerous. At the 24-yard line, coming near side, Wilson escapes another tackle, escapes and flips out of tackles, finally brought down at the 39-yard line by Bryce Crosby. Thank you, Bryce.
Brought down by Crosby and Huff.
Blizzard, did you happen to see the
39-yard line?
What happened on that one?
It looked like he just stopped running before the ball, like when the ball was in the air, and then he saw it, and then it was too late because he had already stopped.
I saw him make a hand motion to Haley, almost as if I thought maybe he didn't see it or something, or he was lost in the lights or something. I'm not sure. But a missed opportunity by the Bulldogs.
So ball at the 39-yard line. There's 49 seconds on the clock here in the first. Wilson is in the pistol. He'll hand off to Basham. Shot out of a cannon right up the middle. And he darts out of one tackle and escapes to the sidelines. Escapes another tackle. There he goes down the sideline. Poor tackling and great running for a first down. On the far side is Basham.
Well, good job at the beginning of that play by Malin Walker to come in there and plug up that middle, but it caused Basham to go to the outside, and then poor tackling by the Bulldogs on the back end of that play. It probably could have been just maybe a 10-yard gain, but poor tackling caused the Bulldogs Basham to get more of a gain on that and into Bulldog territory now.
35 seconds on the first quarter clock as he stepped out of bounds to stop it. And Wilson wants to throw. Screen pass near side. Jackson makes the catch. Has one man to beat, but he slips down at the 35-yard line. And forward progress will take him to the 44. Clock will roll at 24 here in the first quarter.
Got that quick screen out there. He didn't really zip it in there as quick as he could. Kind of lofted in there just a little bit. Gave Bulldogs enough time to make a little bit of a tackle there. He didn't get the first down on 2nd and 2. And that may be the last play of the quarter.
5-4. I don't think we're going to get another one in. We're going to take a timeout. That's the end of the first quarter. 6-0. A pretty good first quarter for Howe. Hanging in there. I don't see injuries. We'll be right back.
Buying and or selling your next home should be an enjoyable experience. At Ann's Realty Group, our commitment to the personal relationship of the transaction ensures not only the level of communication that you deserve, but also the assurance that we will be here the next time you need us. We're not a big box real estate company by design. The flexibility that the freedom of being an independent brokerage allows us to be fully at your service as you need us to be. Ann's Realty Group, Ann Dick and Broker for all your real estate needs. 903-818-2676.
Since 2011, Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory has walked with hundreds of families through the most overwhelming time of their lives. Their job is simple: to make this season a little easier. What you can expect is a no-pressure, people-first philosophy, custom services for memorials that you'll remember forever, and reasonable pricing. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins have built a reputation over the past 30 years in the funeral business for making every family feel at home. Visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call 903-482-5225.
6-0 here at Commerce. The Tigers in the lead, looking for more right here at the Howe 34-yard line. We start the second quarter. And Wilson wants the deep ball down the middle of the field. It's going to be batted away and caught on the tip into the end zone for a touchdown.
Pass was complete to Ashton Seal.
I'll tell you what, Wilson put that on a rope. And they come in there, and who was that, Heimel? Was that Heimel who tipped that?
I believe so. And
I mean, he tipped it and just right into the hands of the receiver there, who caught it right in stride. Just a good play, batted it down, just batted into the wrong hands.
So Wilson's pass to Seal is good for 34 yards and the score. And Commerce will, now they're going to tee it up and try to go for the PAT. I don't really understand why they went for two earlier. Castillo's a really good kicker. And the snap is good. Wilson's hold is good. And Castillo's kick is good. 13-0, Commerce in the lead. 11:53 left to go in the second. We'll be right back right after this.
Are you motivated?
Coach, we're highly motivated for Sonic.
What?
Coach, you know we're rough and tough, but sometimes we just need a burger, tots, and a shake.
Oh, my goodness. Well, if you're going to Sonic and Howe, pick me up some of those handmade onion rings.
Yes, sir. Sonic of Howe is where you get great food and big smiles.
It's not just good.
It's Sonic good.
Whoa. Those onion rings really bring the hammer down.
Cooler heads prevail in football, and for over 50 years, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating have been keeping the Bulldogs cooled off. Not too many have reached 50 years in Howe, but Baker Air Conditioning and Heating.
Welcome back. Hey, Caroline, can you ask them for full 60s, please? We are getting cut short. Your Tech Wave kickoff is about to be underway. Your hit exterior scoring drive recap for Commerce. 3 plays, 61 yards. And here's the kickoff going to be taken by Matt Hayes, I believe, on the far side. And he's brought down at about the 34-yard line. A helmet went flying.
Matthew Hayes on the return.
And that is Aiden Burris' helmet. He'll have to check out.
Omari Davis.
So, the scoring drive went 3 plays, 61 yards. It was capped off with a 34-yard touchdown pass from Wilson to Seal. And that was the very first play of the second quarter. Here we are with 11:47 to go here in the second, and Howe's coming back out on the field for the 4th time in this football game. Heading right to left from their own 35-yard line after their return. Everybody bunched together. Haley under center, toss right side. Jordan Jones can't slip all those defenders now. Tries to. Actually makes a pretty good run of 5 yards out of nothing. He was trapped behind the line and somehow got out.
I tell you what, he is just so quick and always moving his feet. And there was nothing there. He was caught behind the line of scrimmage there on that handoff there, that pitch out, and he did a good job of slithering his way from a loss of 2 to a gain of 5.
It was a really, really good run right there. So here come the Bulldogs back to the line of scrimmage. 11:14 on the clock here in the second. Haley goes under center, double wing look, toss. That same play to Jones again. This time he goes straight down almost, and I think he's going to lose a yard back to the 39-yard line.
Jordan Jones on
double wing look.
No gain on the play.
You know, everybody's bunched in. They got 2 wing backs behind the tight ends there and the tackles. And I tell you, it's kind of hard to see who's got the ball. It's a lot of moving parts here.
Howe moving right to left from their own 39-yard line. 3rd down and 5. And breaking the huddle is Seth Key, the center. Here comes everybody else. Split out wide near side is Ethan Lopez and Ryan Huff. And Haley wants to throw. Under pressure, steps up in the pocket. He's going to run to the right side. Gains a few yards. Very good. It's going to be very close to the sticks, but I think he's just short.
On the play.
I think there's a fumble, Monty.
Oh, there's a fumble on it.
Yeah.
And Commerce appears to have recovered. Ouch.
It was recovered by the Tigers.
Haley dropped back, and he was under siege immediately. And he was lucky he got out of there without his head getting taken off there, and ran for the first down and almost got to it. I think he would have been short anyway, but the ball comes out as he was going down at the first down marker.
A brand new offensive line virtually for Howe as Malin Walker, left tackle, Jackson Atkins moves to the left guard, Seth Key at center, Aiden Burris at right guard. He's a sophomore, and Clay White in at right tackle. He was on JV. Here's Wilson, pass out left side. That's going to be caught at the 41, escaping a tackle and running to the middle of the field. Apparently his knee hit at the 39-yard line.
Bulldogs are playing off in covers. They do not want to get beat. They don't want to get beat by big play, trying to keep everything in front of them. And so they're just kind of dinking and diving with these short passes. And then just kind of letting their athletes get out in space and do something with it.
2nd down 5.
So the ball will be spotted at the 39-yard line. A gain of 5 on the play. a new center into the game for Commerce, and that's Diego Martinez. Wilson looks right side, screen pass. That one's going to be caught right at the 40, escapes a defender. 35, and pushed out of bounds after a first down
Wilson's
run
pass is
inside the
complete
30 to
to
the 28-yard line.
Cornelius.
Gain of 11.
Pushed out of bounds by McNutt.
On the
It will
reception
be a
for Commerce
Tigers first down.
was Josiah Banks.
A quick pass out there, and good job by, I believe that was McNutt, who was able to push him out of bounds, but not after he got the first down on the quick screen. And get these guys in space, get a blocker on the outside with run trips each to the side, then use a blocker on the other blocker there to help lead the way.
There's two receivers on the left and one down here at the bottom as Commerce moves left to right. Wilson drops back 3 steps, going hammer it down, deep ball in the end zone, and that is going to be caught and dropped. A nice coverage there by Wesley Inge. But the ball I thought was going to be caught, but it came out at the end. That's all that matters.
It came out at the end, and I wonder if Inge, who was in pretty good coverage, I think he may have
might
knocked
have
that ball
popped it
out.
out. He
Yeah,
might
when
have
he
popped
caught
it
that. Good placement there by Wilson there to throw that long ball downfield. And good job by Inge, who's made a couple of good plays tonight with that, knocking that ball out. He'd have made a good tackle down at the other end.
2nd down and 10. Movement and pressure coming from the defense. And Wilson drops back, wants to throw again. Now he escapes. He's running to the left, looking for a block. And now he's trapped, coming back near side. Now he goes back again. He's fast.
Man.
Got close to the first down. Steps out of bounds at about the 22-yard line.
Looks like we got a flag out.
What's the flag? Holding. Our spotter and engineer, Carson Grogan, says holding, and he is correct. That one will come back. Ball, instead of being close to a first down at the 22, is going to come back a ways. They're going to spot it near the 40 at the 38.
And I tell you, that's what you get when you get a scrambling quarterback who's running around trying to find a place. Then one of these linemen who's trying to block may have apparently grabbed a jersey or held or something.
Apparently it was a block in the back.
Block in the back.
Movement on the defensive line. Commerce checking for the play. It's 2nd down and 21 for the Tigers. 9:02 here left to go before the half. 13-0. The Tigers in the lead over Howe. Now movement again up front for the Bulldogs. Wilson in the pistol, drops back, wants to throw again. Pressure coming from Colby Taylor. They set up the screen to bash him near side, and he's going to be brought down at around the 35-yard line.
It was
So
interesting.
a nice job by the Bulldogs. A swarm tackle right there.
Colby Taylor came around that right side. He almost had a clear path to Wilson, but he stopped for just a second because I think he didn't want to over-pursue Wilson, and I guess he knew Wilson was going to throw that quick screen pass, but that's what Jaden Wilson does with that. His running ability, his escapability is you just kind of, you don't want to come at him full force because you may miss.
You know, Commerce is facing a 3rd and 17 right here, but they're so dangerous with so many athletes on the field. Trips to the near side, and Howe jumps off sides but gets back. Taylor runs back to across the line of scrimmage. As Colby Taylor was getting a little bit anxious there. Movement up front for the Bulldogs, and Wilson wants to pass. Deep ball right side. Hammering it down again in the end zone. It's incomplete, but a flag is down. There's pass interference on that because
penalty flag on the play.
Jordan Jones, I believe in coverage, was just burned on the play as the receiver just went right past him. Both were down for a moment. Maybe they're just catching their breath, but both are up now. But Jones was guilty of the obvious pass interference there.
And I think Jordan Jones knew he was beat and did that on purpose. I think
absolutely.
I think he just needs to get out of jail free card. Said I'll just take him down in the end zone, get called for pass interference, and let my defense live to see another day.
Well, they'll spot it inside the 20 to the 19-yard line after the foul, and that'll bring up a new set of downs. So the 3rd and 17 gets converted on the pass interference. 8:04 on the clock here in the second. Commerce already leading 13-0, looking for more right here at the 19-yard line of Howe. Wilson wants to throw. A lot of passes in this game by Wilson, and this was over the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. In coverage, I think, was
Wilson's pass was
Inge
to
again.
Jackson.
And that was pretty good coverage.
Incomplete.
You know,
2nd down.
Wesley Inge is a pretty, he's a young player. He's a junior, so he's turned out to play well as the season has gone on.
He really has. It seemed like he has improved each game.
2nd down and 10, and this will be a handoff and flag down, and Basham is bashing his way to the end zone. That is a score, but check the flag. He had a wide open lane,
on the play.
and it was like a hot knife through butter, but that's going to be actually an infraction against Howe, and the points will stand with the Basham touchdown. 19-yard variety, and that moves our score to 19-0.
The Bulldogs have made the Tigers work for everything, but not on that play there. They went right through the line like they weren't there.
Castillo on for the PAT. That one looks good, and it is. We have a new score, 20-0 here at Commerce. We'll be right back right after this.
Howe Bulldogs 0.
Corfit Gym on Haining Street in Howe has a lot of new things to offer. Did you know they have an Iron Mike batting cage for baseball and softball lessons with on-site instructors? They also have a brand new stand-up tanning bed. Corfit Gym has 4 personal trainers available and features sports performance programs for athletes. At Corfit Gym, memberships are only $40 for the entire family or $30 per individual. Corfit Gym is on Facebook and located at 300 Haining Street in Howe. Call them at 469-371-0603.
Who, why, and how? Who are we? We're Pradera Mobile Home Community. Why live in Pradera? Because of Howe, Texas, that is. Howe is a small community with an outstanding school district and close proximity to all amenities you need. Pradera Mobile Home Community is tucked away between Highway 75 and Highway 5 near Bulldog Stadium. Our residents love that our community is so clean. They also love their 2 parks and their swimming pool. Pradera Mobile Home Community, 903-532-0014.
The second wave kickoff is in the air. It's going to be taken and dropped and now recovered at the 27-yard line. And Howe will be moving right to left. The hit exterior scoring drive recap for Commerce, 7 plays, 44 yards.
At the 28-yard line.
And
1st down and 10.
It was capped off by a 19-yard touchdown by Basham, his 2nd of the night. Actually, no, it's his first, because the first was called back.
Yes.
So after the Castillo extra point, it's 20-0. And let's check down with Caroline Slauson, our Night Furniture sideline report.
Guys, I know there's a big task at hand, but Coach Hedgecock is really pumping his defense up, reminding them that they can do this, work hard, and just keep working.
Haley hands off to the first man through, and that's the new fullback tonight into the game for the first time.
Crosby on the run
and
for
that's
the Bulldogs.
Jason Cross coming in. That might have been Bryce Crosby. Was that Crosby?
2nd down, 5.
I couldn't see who that was there who got that. I think that may have been Crosby.
It was Crosby.
Okay.
Crosby on the carry.
Well, the first time tonight we see 2 receivers out and kind of going back to that multiple formation look they've been having with the I formation.
So here's a toss or a handoff again to the first man through. That one might have been Cross.
I think that is Cross this time.
That was Cross's first varsity carry. And that one is
36 up the middle for the Bulldogs.
Back to the 35, so a loss. No, a gain of 1.
3rd down, 2.
So the Bulldogs
go at 36, gain of 2.
They go a couple of drives doing the double wing T, and now they are here in this 3rd, maybe 4th drive. They're going back to their I formation look.
So Cross checks out of the game, and Ethan Lopez checks in. He's going to come split out wide to the near side. 2 backs, an offset I formation. Haley goes under center, handoff. Matt Hayes with the carry for the first time tonight. He squirts through for a first down and a good run by Matt Hayes. As again, he continues to be shot out of a cannon as he looked that way a week ago with some great runs. Another one right there to move the sticks.
I tell you what, he's looked great. It's been mostly in garbage time the last couple of weeks, but we've all said it, he's a hard, tough runner. Comes in with 35 carries, 96 yards, but it's 96 hard-fought yards. He runs very hard, not the fastest guy in the world, but he's willing to be punishable.
He's showed more of a burst lately. 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line. Flags everywhere. And the ball may be on the turf. A scramble for it. Commerce has it, I believe. Let's check the flag.
Ball recovered by number 3.
It is recovered
there is a flag
by
on the
Commerce is Wade Nicholson. No, that's actually Carlos Aubrey. But we'll have to check the flag. there were flags all over the place before the snap.
I wonder if there was a false start, and maybe this won't, let's see, offsides. Offsides against the Tigers.
The Tigers is the call.
Whoa, what a break that is.
Wow, because whatever was going on the offensive side of the ball, it was a mess. I mean, they looked like there may be supposed to be a pitch out. They tried to hand it to the fullback, and the fullback wasn't expecting it, and ball ended up on the carpet, and so Bulldogs dodged a bullet there.
Wow. True I formation right here. Haley goes under center, and he turns, and the ball's loose again. The exchange was bad, and Haley had the ball come up in his hands, and he tried to grab it back down, and apparently recovered it. And, boy, ball goes back to the 40.
Loss on the play of 2 brings up third
about
down.
The 46-yard line.
Second down.
Man alive, you got to get that snap.
Again, this is where the inexperience and youth is coming to play. 2 plays in a row. Bulldogs are lucky they still have the ball.
And Haley runs over and throws something of his to the sideline of the Commerce side. A towel or something. He runs over there and tosses it. Get it out of here. Whatever it is, he didn't want it. And he'll drop back in shotgun again. And this time on the reverse to Elo from left to right. And a few yards there. We'll set up a third down and about 5. Near midfield at the 47-yard line, and Howe has a player down.
Tackled by Wade Nicholson of the Tigers.
Trying the end around there. Got a minimal gain, and we've gone pretty good without any injuries in the first one of the night.
Let's see if I can figure out who this is. It appears to be an offensive lineman, and they're working on his left knee, and that is Aiden Burris. Ricky Ake out there attending to Aiden Burris. Our Night Furniture sideline reporter, Caroline, how are the Bulldogs holding up down there? I mean, it's a pretty good game. They're not out of it by any means. They've been playing fairly well. I would think it's not doom and gloom.
Yeah. I mean, coming in, it's a lot better than what we expected in injuries. Unfortunately, this is the first one we're looking at. I know Caleb McNutt, he was holding his right arm in the first quarter, but Ricky checked him out, and he was fine. So, it definitely could be worse. I will say that. It definitely could be worse.
Well, Aiden Burris is up. He's being helped off the field, putting virtually no weight on his left leg, and they were tending to his left knee. So, Burris, a sophomore, he's turned out to be a pretty good offensive lineman. We was able to coach him a few years ago when he was in 6th grade, and turned out to be a pretty good little offensive lineman, and glad to see he's continued to do that. We hope he's okay with that left knee. Hopefully he'll be back quickly. They need him. So on the depth chart, Braden Wise may go from 85 back to a 60 number, a 51 number. We'll see who takes their spot. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be right back right after this. At Grayson Cullen Electric Cooperative, GCEC, we have been around for over 80 years and are governed by 7 principles: open and voluntary membership, democratic member control, members' economic participation, autonomy and independence, education, training, and information, cooperation among cooperatives, and concern for community. One of our communities is Howe, Texas, and GCEC is proud to support the Howe Bulldogs. Third down and 5, and here's a toss near side. Jordan Jones looking for the corner. He's got the first down and more. Tight rope down the sidelines near the 35-yard line.
I like it. Jordan Jones on the pitch out to the left side. Get around that corner, again using that speed, and
will be a first down.
For the first time tonight, they moved from their territory into Tiger territory tonight. They've started in that territory earlier, but this is the first time they've been able to move the ball into Tiger territory.
8th play of the drive for Howe at the 39-yard line of Commerce. I formation. Haley goes under center, and he is going to hand off first man through, and I think that's Crosby.
Crosby up the middle.
And he'll gain a few near the 35 to the 36. 3-yard gain for Crosby, another sophomore. Landon Duty checks in, another sophomore.
Try that fullback dive, that quick hitter. that kind of gave him some trouble earlier, and give it to Crosby, and he gets a good little 2 or 3 yard gain out of it. Just trying to bleed this clock here a little bit. Don't give any time for Commerce at the end of the first half.
And this is going to be a handoff to Jones near side, and stiff arms a defender and is drug out of bounds by his shirt tail near the 32-yard line. So again, positive yards. And what I think has happened is they have moved
3.
Well, I thought they had moved Malin Walker to a guard, but they have not. That's not the case. Let's see who's in Aiden Burris' spot at right guard. Now they switch sides. Still can't tell who that is. I formation, and this is going to be a handoff. Near side, Crosby. All kinds of jail. He was in trouble at the beginning of that.
Crosby, the ball
and
carrier.
It's going to be no gain on the, looked like a 3rd and 2.
Yeah, there was some miscommunication in the backfield there. And Crosby lucky to have gained anything out of that one. It just wasn't a smooth handoff.
This is a big 4th down conversion for Howe. Really need to pick this up. If I'm Commerce, I'm looking at one individual in the backfield, and he's got a number 3 on his chest.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to get the ball.
Needs smooth execution on this play.
Haley and Howe has a couple of starters jump on the offensive line. Luciano Vasquez, that's the answer into who's in for Aiden Burris, and he jumps off sides right there.
5-yard
Welcome to
mark off
varsity,
to make it 4th
Luciano.
down, 8.
You got a different snap count. So what was a 4th and 2 now turns into a 4th and 7. My goodness.
Still going for it.
Why not?
Yeah.
So they'll move it back to the 37-yard line. 36 is about where it's spotted. Now double tight set. Haley goes under center. He fakes the toss, looking downfield. Huff again, same play. He made the catch, I believe, at the 15-yard line. This time Huff kept running, went up and made the catch.
I tell you what, and a good block by Jordan Jones. There was a guy coming in from his back from the right side, and Jones gave him just chipped him just enough to give Haley a little bit of time to throw that ball and just loft it in the hands. Perfect placement there from Haley to Huff.
Beautiful play action right there.
Absolutely.
Great play call. Great, absolute, beautiful play call right there. As Howe has it at the 14-yard line and a fresh set of downs. And a timeout has been called by Commerce. We'll take 1, 2. We'll be right back right after this. Justin, Bucks North Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is closing in on an all-time record. They have given away 37 free birthday buffets so far this month.
That's where all you have to do is show your proof of age and get a free Bucks North Barbecue buffet for your birthday. They even include the drink.
Well, from this angle, they'll keep that offer 5 days before or 5 days after your actual birthday.
It's birthday time in Texas.
Oh, geez. Stop saying everything's in Texas.
Well, Bucks North Barbecue is in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas.
This is Coach Davey Dubose, former Bulldogs head coach and athletic director. Jody and I still love the Dogs and ask that you show your support by joining the Howe Athletic Booster Club. Their mission is the same as it was in the 90s. They support all Howe athletics, girls and boys, middle school and high school. Good luck to all the Howe teams in the coming school year.
This is Coach Jay. It's only $25 to become a member. From the alumni to the current fans and parents, we ask you to back the Dogs and become a member today. Visit Howe Athletic Booster Club on Facebook. Bulldog pride never dies.
Double wing set. Haley goes under center. Hands off. First man through fullback, and that is going to be maybe a yard. And let's see which
Crosby,
is
that
is Crosby, the carrier. Came into the game with negative yards rushing and negative yards receiving. He's not going to leave tonight with that. Crosby's had a pretty good game on the ground.
Yeah, they've given the ball a few times, and he's had some good, tough runs by Crosby. How are we liking the double wing T look so far?
I really like this look. Split out wide to the right is Huff. He's all alone, guarded one-on-one. One man in the backfield. Haley on an inside trap handoff. I think that is Matty Hayes. No,
Jones, the ball carrier.
Jones.
Is Jones?
Jordan Jones, yep.
And not much doing there. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. I thought he was going to be able to escape for a minute, but Again, the 14-yard line has been hard to escape for Howe. This will be the third crack at it. 3rd and 10.
What do you got in your playbook here? Do you try to do another play action? It's 4-down territory for sure.
Lopez into the game.
So 4-down territory. You got 10 yards. You got 2 plays to get the first down here.
And Ryan Huff will go split out wide to the right. Elo split out wide to the near side. I formation with Crosby and Jones. Haley under center. And he's quick pass to the right side, tight end, falls incomplete. They tried to hit Braden Wise really quickly, but it was incomplete. A Tiger might have got a hand on it. I couldn't see.
Yeah, there was, and it was even when he went to back to throw it. There was something kind of wonky with the way with his delivery there, and I don't know if Wise was even ready for the ball to come out that quick.
I don't know if the snap might have been an issue. Haley looked like he just kind of fumbled it just for a little bit.
Something didn't look right.
So here we go, 4th and 10. Everybody tied again. 1 man in the backfield is Crosby. Haley goes under center. Man in motion. They fake it once again, and this time Haley goes down hard. They did not bite on the play action, and bringing down
Davis with
the quarterback very quickly is Omari Davis, the defensive end, and that was ugly.
George Jones tried to give a block. He got a good block a couple of plays earlier when they got the pass down to Huff, but that time Davis was able to shed the block of Jones and bring down Haley to cause the turnover on downs.
Good news is Howe went 15 plays right there from the 34 all the way down to the 14. So that is 52 yards on the drive, and it took over 6 minutes off the clock. Here is Wilson on a quick pass out to the left side. It's going to be caught. Lots of running room to the far side, stepped out of bounds just shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. And it's going to be Seal on the catch from Wilson. And that'll give Commerce a fresh set of downs. Only 1:13 left to go before the Legend Bank halftime show.
And they've got 2 timeouts left here. They're going fast.
And Wilson wants to throw again. And this time he's going to be flushed out of the pocket, rolling out to the far side and goes out of bounds. Right at the midfield stripe was a fresh set of downs.
I tell you what, the Bulldogs they're almost only rushing Colby Taylor that time. I mean, they just kind of keep trying to keep everything in front of them. They're so worried about Jaden Wilson, and rightfully so, breaking a big play. They don't want to over pursue right now.
So Wilson into the gun with Basham right behind him. Minute 04. And under pressure, Caleb Taylor has him in the backfield. Can he bring him down? It's a sack! Colby Taylor
with the sack in the backfield.
Good job there by Taylor coming around that corner. I think he was a little bit worried about, again, over pursuing, but he got him into his sights and brought him down. Wilson almost able to break that, but good job there by Taylor to finish the sack off and caused Commerce to use a timeout.
I said Caleb Taylor, I believe. Our apologies to the Taylor family. I'm getting my Calebs and my Colbys all mixed up.
Yeah. I think you've called a McNutt.
I've got a Caleb and a Colby McNutt.
Yeah.
And a Caleb and a Colby Taylor.
Yeah.
Come on, let's not do that. Come on, parents.
All these Ks.
Don't do that to me. Ball at the 38-yard line. A timeout's been called. There's 56 seconds left to go before the Legend Bank halftime show. We'll check down with Caroline Slauson right before we go to the half.
This is a big third down here for both teams, really, especially Commerce.
I would imagine they're going to go after Wesley Inge right here. There's 3 receivers. No, there's 2 receivers on either side. And they're all Commerce is already in the pistol formation. And Wilson wants it, drops back 3 steps, looks near side, all alone, caught, and steps out of bounds on the Howe side of the field.
That's Ty Hoffman.
And Hoffman makes the catch.
Catches the ball and gets
That's
out of
his
bounds
second
at the
of the night.
45-yard line. First down and 10. Tigers.
And that will move the sticks, and Commerce stops the clock with 50 seconds. He was all alone.
Wilson throwing from the left hash mark over to the far right sideline. 5'11", 165. Not a very big kid, but he's got a great arm.
Left to right goes Commerce. And Wilson wants to throw again. Under pressure. And he is Jackson Atkins is chasing him, and Wilson's going to run to the far side. He slips the tackle of Taylor and goes out of bounds to stop the clock at about the 43-yard line.
I tell you, Jackson Atkins came, and he was like,
second down 9.
He was ready for him. He was ready for him to do something, and then just Wilson, he was there, and then he wasn't.
Ball at the 44 is where they'll spot it. Tyler Whaley, Malin Walker on the front line, along with K66 Kevin Flores. And it'll be second down and 9. Left to right goes Commerce. Wilson in the pistol, Basham right behind him. Quick screen pass out to the left side, caught by Jackson, and he's going to be close to a first down. I'm not sure if he stopped the clock. A good job by Inge over there to make the tackle. There's 33 on the clock. It is stopped, so apparently he got out of bounds because they're not moving the chains. It's third down and 1.
I didn't think he got out of bounds either.
I didn't think he did either.
But they haven't. Yeah,
I'm
they stopped
wondering
it.
why the clock was stopped there. But apparently on the far side, maybe he got out of bounds. No one's griping. Wilson is going to be flushed down to the pocket, I believe. Now he throws a deep ball wide open down the side. Caught by Seal at the 1. Rolls into the end zone. Touchdown Commerce with 26 seconds remaining before the half. It's shades of Winsboro.
I'll tell you what, that was blown coverage by the Bulldogs on the back end. I don't know if the cornerback expected safety help or what, but he was wide open. Wilson dropped back, saw no one, pulled up in the pocket, and then found the receiver, found Seal back there all by himself, all by his lonesome. All he had to do was catch it. A great throw by Wilson.
Castillo on for the PAT, a high snap, and Wilson wants to roll it out. He wants to throw. Looking in the end zone, flushed down to the pocket. Now comes back near field. Now right hash. Still running with the ball in his hands like he's going to throw it, and now dives in the end zone for the 2-point conversion, which is successful. And Commerce extends their lead to 28-0 over Howe with 26 seconds remaining before the Legend Bank halftime show. He is fun to watch.
Yeah, he's fun to watch if you're Commerce, but yeah, he's going to give defensive coordinators nightmares if he hadn't already.
We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be right back right after this.
Hello, Bulldog fans. This is Juan Enciso, your local farmers insurance agent here in Howe. We're here to assist you with your insurance needs, including auto, home, life, business needs, and more. We're vested in the community because we are the only insurance agent in Howe. Our office is at 403 West Hanning Street, or we can be reached by calling 972-382-6121. We're also on the web at farmersagent.com/JEnciso. I have the knowledge and experience to help you better understand your insurance coverage options. Call me, Juan Enciso, at 972-382-6121.
You're listening to Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com. Not a member of FDIC. Not an equal housing lender. Fake license number 8675309. Howe, Portland, Seattle.
Your hit exterior scoring drive recap for Commerce. 7 plays, 79 yards. Capped off by a 36-yard touchdown pass from Wilson to Seal. And the 2-point conversion dazzling run by Wilson brings our score 28-0 with 26 seconds left before the Legend Bank halftime show. And Howe's about to receive the Tech Wave kickoff. Castillo bangs a low line drive kick, bounces at the 12, rolls towards the end zone, into the end zone, thank goodness, because Jordan Jones just jogged after it. And Howe will have the ball with great field position here to start this drive, but I don't even know if you would just, I think you might just snap it and go to the house, right?
I think you take your losses right now and just go back to the old drawing board right now and don't risk another injury, don't risk a turnover right now, and just go back and make the necessary adjustments. Coach Jay's talked about that, about how it is hard to make adjustments during the game because you got so many players playing both ways.
I'm going to tell you something. These kids right here, you got to tip your hat to them. They are fighting.
They really are.
They are depleted as a roster, but they have hung in, and they're doing their absolute best.
They really
you got
are.
to be happy with their effort right here. So Haley will go into the pistol with 2 men in the backfield. They send a man in motion. They fake it, and Haley wants to throw deep down the right side for Jordan Jones. It's underthrown. I thought there might be a flag on the far side, but apparently not. It falls incomplete. And that was not Jones, that was Ryan Huff, I believe, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was Huff. So Coach Jay was not content with just going into the
he's going to
locker room.
hammer it down the sideline.
He's like, why not? Down 28-0, let's do it. But you stop the clock is the only problem now.
20 seconds. Hey, do it again, right?
Try it.
Why not?
Put your fastest, one of your fastest guys and Huff. Put Huff and put Jones out there and make them both go downfield, throw it down.
Haley will go under center, and he will toss near side. Jordan Jones makes a defender miss, and he goes to about the 33-yard line before getting out of bounds, stopping the clock at 14.
Isaiah Simon.
So Howe not going away early. They're just trying to pound this one into the locker room. Ball at the 31-yard line.
Okay, now it's 3rd and 4, 14 seconds to go. You don't want to have it incomplete and have to or get out of bounds or something and then have to punt it down to one of their athletes.
You got to run the ball here for sure. You got a couple of timeouts in your pocket. You could still run the ball, call a timeout, and then hammer it down. Haley goes into the gun. He's going to hand off to Jordan Jones on the jet sweep from left to right. And that will take our clock 7, 6, 5, 4, and I think that's going to be it.
That's going to be it.
That will be the end of the first half. Commerce 28, Howe nothing. But you got to give Howe a lot of credit here. They've played with great tenacity in this first half with a depleted, and I mean depleted roster with JV kids all over the place.
I think it'd be hard. It's going to be. It's hard to describe to our listeners what's going on in the field, but the best way to tell you is that, as you said, they're working hard, they're trying hard. They just don't have the horses to keep up with the athletes here of Commerce. But my gosh, they're trying. They're out there trying. They're doing their best to game plan, and just coming up short right now, down 28-0 at the half.
Let's check down with Caroline Slauson, and we said we would, and we kind of forget things every once in a while. Caroline, what's your summary of the first half there?
Well, it really is just like Justin said. I mean, this team is not quitting. They're going to keep trying. And it's just like y'all were saying, with 20 seconds left, let's just kind of go back to the drawing board. And Coach Jay did not, as we saw. So there's a lot of determination out here for sure.
I can't be more proud of the Howe Bulldogs tonight than what they've shown up with these players. That they're and the coaching staff, they're coaching their rears off with what they have. I'm just very happy with everything that's going on. Anytime you're down 28-0, you're not totally happy and satisfied, but my goodness, given the situation, it's pretty impressive what they're able to do with what they have. Pretty impressive. We're going to take a quick timeout, and we'll come back with the halftime show. We've got an interview with our Senior Athlete of the Week, which is Brooke Robinson, and we also talked to the police chief of the Howe ISD, Matt Whitworth. We'll be right back right after this.
Corey Bowes.
Justin, Bucksnort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is closing in on an all-time record. They have given away 37 free birthday buffets so far this month.
That's where all you have to do is show your proof of age and get a free Bucksnort Barbecue buffet for your birthday. They even include the drink.
Well, from this angle, they'll keep that offer 5 days before or 5 days after your actual birthday.
It's birthday time in Texas.
Oh, geez. Stop saying everything's in Texas.
Well, Bucksnort Barbecue is in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas.
This is Coach Davey Dubose, former Bulldogs head coach and athletic director. Jody and I still love the Dogs and ask that you show your support by joining the Howe Athletic Booster Club. Their mission is the same as it was in the 90s. They support all Howe athletics, girls and boys, middle school and high school. Good luck to all the Howe teams in the coming school year.
This is Coach Jay. It's only $25 to become a member. From the alumni to the current fans and parents, we ask you to back the Dogs and become a member today. Visit Howe Athletic Booster Club on Facebook. Bulldog pride never dies.
Hello, Bulldog fans. This is Juan Enciso, your local farmers insurance agent here in Howe. We're here to assist you with your insurance needs, including auto, home, life, business needs, and more. We're vested in the community because we are the only insurance agent in Howe. Our office is at 403 West Hanning Street, or we can be reached by calling 972-382-6121. We're also on the web at farmersagent.com/JEnciso. I have the knowledge and experience to help you better understand your insurance coverage options. Call me, Juan Enciso, at 972-382-6121.
Are you motivated?
Coach, we're highly motivated for Sonic.
What?
Coach, we're rough and tough, but sometimes we just need a burger, tots, and a shake.
Oh, my goodness. Well, if you're going to Sonic and Howe, pick me up some of those handmade onion rings.
Yes, sir. Sonic of Howe is where you get great food and big smiles.
It's not just good.
It's Sonic good.
Whoa, those onion rings really bring the hammer down.
You're listening to the Legend Bank Halftime Show. Today's Senior Student Athlete of the Week is brought to you by family attorney Kimberly Killebrew. Now let's join Monty Walker with the Senior Student Athlete of the Week.
This week, our Senior Athlete of the Week is Brooke Robinson. Now, Brooke, cheerleading is kind of your thing. You're the cheer captain. You've been doing this forever. What's your first memories about cheerleading?
I would say my first memories are from probably in Pee Wee. I was probably like 7 or 8 years old. I cheered for a few grades above me, and I remember just doing a bunch of stunts. We had Miss D as our coach, so we did all the crazy competition stunts, and it made me super excited to be a varsity cheerleader.
Now, your mother is a 1992 graduate here at Howe. Does she ever talk about her really awesome classmates?
She does. She tells me a bunch of funny stories about y'all in high school, and y'all's grade really kind of reminds me of our grade, of how close we are and all of the fun memories that y'all had throughout.
So one of those classmates is Pam Kirby, and she's best friends with your mother and also your cheer coach. And so what's that relationship like?
I would say it can be very hard sometimes, just because we are so close and she's like a family member to me. But at the same time, it's also easy because we can bounce ideas off of each other and we just understand each other. So I would say that it's been really good to have her as my cheer coach because she's been like another role model to me.
So when a lot of people think about cheerleading, they often think about drama, cheer drama, girl drama. Does that take place?
Yes, it does take place, and it's hard because everybody, they really just want to go at each other sometimes, but we really just have to take a breath and take a step back and say, you know what, like it is what it is, and we have to move on, and we have to come together as a team to support our football players.
As a cheerleader, you've been in competition since you've been in high school. What were those experiences like?
Those experiences to me are the most fun out of cheerleading because you really work hard for those performances. You go to this fancy hotel, get all dressed up and ready to go eat, and then the day of, it really feels like the hard work is paid off because you get on that mat and you give everything you've got and you just hope for the best.
Now, the basketball manager a year ago, you were. How fun was being a part of all that?
It's so fun because, I got to the point where I couldn't play basketball anymore. So being manager really made me still feel a part of the team. And I love to watch them and encourage them and keep the stats. And I love that I was still a part of it, and Coach Land still made me feel like I was a part of the team.
You're also on the golf team with Coach Lands and had some success there. Talk about that.
I started golf my freshman year, and I'm going to be honest, I wasn't the best at first, but Coach Lands really helped me, and I got to where I was making decent scores, and I was pretty good. And my sophomore year, we actually made it to regionals. Yeah, we made it to regionals. We got to stay in a fancy hotel again, and it was fun. We played 2 days there. I actually got my first birdie there at regionals, and it was super exciting, but we missed it just by a little bit to go to state. But there was a bunch of good memories there with all the teams, so it was really exciting.
I bet some more good memories happened just recently. Homecoming Queen nominee, how much fun was that?
That was really fun. I've actually always wanted to be on the homecoming court so I could have walked down the field with my dad. I always wanted to have that memory. So I'm so thankful that I got to have that. I'm just thankful and grateful that I made it on the court. It doesn't matter who won, but, I'm always happy for Jordan and Aaron. They really deserved it. So that was really fun. I'm glad I had that memory.
What other things are you involved with at Howe High School?
I am the NHS secretary. I am in student council. I have been in ASL club before.
You can tell your mother that she's not the only one with stories about the class. That is cheer captain and golfer Brooke Robinson, one of Howe's finest athletes. The Athlete of the Week is brought to you by attorney Kimberly Killebrew. If you have legal needs regarding custody, child support, or divorce, call attorney Kimberly Killebrew at 214-432-1595.
Today's Senior Student Athlete of the Week is brought to you by family attorney Kimberly Killebrew. You're listening to the Legend Bank Halftime Show.
If you've ever been in an automobile accident, who do you trust for your needed repairs? Star Auto Body is Texoma's most trusted body shop, serving all of Grayson County and surrounding counties since 1992. Star Auto Body is locally owned and operated. Services include major collision repairs with or without insurance claims, minor cosmetic repairs, parts replacement, and refinishing. Choose Star Auto Body and Alignments in Howe, Texas, 903-532-5365. Star Auto Body of Howe, Texas.
This is Michelle Castle with Guild Mortgage, welcoming you to Howe Bulldogs football. Guild has been delivering on the promise of home to hundreds of thousands of people just like you for over 60 years. With a big heart and a desire to serve, we're committed to making life better in our communities. This is where we live, and we're committed to building it with you.
Guild Mortgage is an equal housing lender company. NMLS 3274. Michelle Castle. NMLS number 231122. Branch address 714 North Travis Street, Sherman, Texas 75090. All loans subject to underwriting approval. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to change without notice.
Buying and or selling your next home should be an enjoyable experience. At Ann's Realty Group, our commitment to the personal relationship of the transaction ensures not only the level of communication that you deserve, but also the assurance that we will be here the next time you need us. We're not a big box real estate company by design. The flexibility that the freedom of being an independent brokerage allows us to be fully at your service as you need us to be. Ann's Realty Group, Ann Dick and Broker for all your real estate needs. 903-818-2676.
Since 2011, Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory has walked with hundreds of families through the most overwhelming time of their lives. Their job is simple: to make this season a little easier. What you can expect is a no-pressure, people-first philosophy, custom services for memorials that you'll remember forever, and reasonable pricing. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins have built a reputation over the past 30 years in the funeral business for making every family feel at home. Visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call 903-482-5225.
You're listening to the Legend Bank Halftime Show. Today's Howe ISD Employee Spotlight is brought to you by Wildcat Welding. Now let's join Caroline Slauson with today's Howe ISD Employee Spotlight.
This is not Caroline. I'm much taller. So we're featuring Howe Police Chief Matt Whitworth this week. And Chief, you're a Howe High School graduate. What are some of your favorite memories about Howe High School?
Just the seeing your friends every day at school, playing sports, going to the ball games, and rooting on the Bulldogs. I still get to do it as an adult, but it's different.
Talk about your sports career. You played a little baseball, basketball, right?
Track, basketball, baseball, played football for a while, but gave that up once I got into high school to focus on basketball and baseball.
So you've had a long career in law enforcement. Walk us through that.
I started my career in 2005 with the City of Howe Police Department. I did that for about 7 years. And then I got the opportunity to go to the Grayson County Sheriff's Office. I did that for 4 years. I was a criminal investigator. Correction, I did that for 5 years. I was a criminal investigator for 4 years of that time. Then the opportunity presented itself to come to Howe to be the police chief for the City of Howe Police Department. Did that for about a year, was very proud to do that. And then the Howe ISD decided that they wanted to start their own police department, and I thought that would be a good challenge. So luckily they picked me to head that up.
Being the first ever Howe ISD police chief, what are some of the things that you're most proud of starting this organization?
Not a lot of police officers or police chiefs actually get to create an agency. I think the thing that makes me the most proud is that I get to set the tone for the agency, and I will always be the first Howe ISD police chief.
COVID, how much has that ruined your life as far as a police chief? I won't say that. How much has it changed pre-COVID to now as far as your job?
Just, we take more precautions now. You know, as a police officer, you always take precautions when you deal with people, but wearing the mask is obviously something different. It makes it a little bit harder to identify people, but it hasn't changed it drastically, but we just have to be more careful.
Off the cuff here, how are the kids at Howe High School? Are they generally good kids? What do you think?
We have great kids at Howe. I tell people all the time how lucky we are to have the student body that we do here.
Over the next 10 to 20 years, where do you see the Howe ISD Police Department?
I believe the city of Howe is going to continue to grow. Industry and growth is coming through this area, and I think it's going to land right on top of us shortly. So I see the district growing. As the district grows, I think we're going to have to put on more officers, and our agency is going to grow so that we can make sure we keep our kiddos and our staff members and visitors safe.
All right, now Caroline always does a lightning round, so I'll do that as well. Handgun or rifle?
Rifle.
Famous lawman, Wyatt Earp or Bat Masterson?
Wyatt Earp, definitely.
Famous outlaws, Billy the Kid or Doc Holliday?
Doc Holliday.
Who do you despise the most, tax collector or defense attorney?
Defense attorney.
Finally, Krispy Kreme or Southern Made?
I rarely eat donuts. I know that's a cop joke thing, but I can count on one hand the number of times I eat donuts, but I will have to say I'm a Krispy Kreme guy when I do.
All right, that's your Howe ISD Police Chief, Matt Whitworth. We'll be right back.
Today's Howe ISD Employee Spotlight is brought to you by Wildcat Welding. You're listening to the Legend Bank Halftime Show.
Cooler heads prevail in football, and for over 50 years, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating have been keeping the Bulldogs cooled off. Not too many have reached 50 years in Howe, but Baker Air Conditioning and Heating have been at 215 North Denny Street since Richard Nixon was president. But there's nothing tricky about Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. They have a great reputation by servicing all brands. If the heat gets to you, call them at 903-532-6255.
Corfit Gym on Haining Street in Howe has a lot of new things to offer. Did you know they have an Iron Mike batting cage for baseball and softball lessons with on-site instructors? They also have a brand new stand-up tanning bed. Corfit Gym has 4 personal trainers available and features sports performance programs for athletes. At Corfit Gym, memberships are only $40 for the entire family or $30 per individual. Corfit Gym is on Facebook and located at 300 Haining Street in Howe. Call them at 469-371-0603.
Who, why, and how? Who are we? We're Pradera Mobile Home Community. Why live in Pradera? Because of Howe. Howe, Texas, that is. Howe is a small community with an outstanding school district and close proximity to all amenities you need. Pradera Mobile Home Community is tucked away between Highway 75 and Highway 5 near Bulldog Stadium. Our residents love that our community is so clean. They also love their 2 parks and their swimming pool. Pradera Mobile Home Community, 903-532-0014.
Get to B-Dubs on Thursdays for buy one, get one free boneless wings. Or as we like to say, 100% more wings. That's right. When you buy boneless wings on Thursdays, you get the same amount of wings for $0.00. Basically, the second order is 100% off. So get here for buy one, get one free boneless wings on Boneless Thursdays. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar! Buy one, get one of equal value free. Dine in at participating locations. Takeout is limited and may vary by location. Size exclusions may apply while supplies last. Limit 1 offer per customer. Not valid with any other coupon.
You're listening to the Legend Bank Halftime Show.
I may want to start singing this song when okay, there we go. I'm so sorry. And we're back at Memorial Stadium. Howe trailing at half, 28-0. Going to look at some scores around the area here in just a little bit, but we're going to go on over to Blizzard in the other booth for some stats of this first half. Blizzard.
All right, we'll start with the Commerce stats here tonight as they are up on the Howe Bulldogs 28-0 here at the half. Quarterback Jaden Wilson is 11 of 14 passing for 144 yards with 2 touchdowns. He also gives you 6 carries for 29 yards and a touchdown on the ground. His leading receiver tonight is Ashton Seal 4 catches, 93 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Deshaun Jackson, 3 catches for 18. Ty Hoffman, 2 for 26. And Basham on the ground gives them 5 carries for 64 yards and a touchdown. Howe on defense, Inge has 5 tackles, McNutt 5 tackles, Colby Taylor 3 tackles, and a sack tonight. Now we'll go to the Bulldogs on offense, where they are led by quarterback Austin Haley, who is only 1 of 5 passing tonight for 22 yards. He gives 6 carries for -11. 3 of those carries are sacks, though. Huff has 1 catch for 22 yards. Jordan Jones, 12 carries for 51 yards. Matt Hayes, 1 carry for 7. Ethan Lopez, 3 carries for -2. Bryce Crosby, 4 for 11. And Commerce is led by Omari Davis, 6 tackles and a sack. Henry Serrano, 3 tackles and a sack. And Gage Elliott with 4 tackles so far tonight.
Basham, what a name. It's pretty good for football.
And he plays running back, so he's going to bash you, I guess.
Well, there you go. Hey, I need you to settle something for me. Canned Coke or bottled Coke?
Canned Coke.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We're in here with a bunch of fools. Anyways, going to look at some scores around the area. But hey, I don't know if y'all are noticing up here, but the nice new scoreboard they have, right here in progress of some district games updates. So we can check those as they are going. Lovejoy and Denison tonight, 10-17. The Yellow Jackets winning against the Leopards they're actually almost done with the third quarter, so 3:38 left in the third. Sherman on the road in McKinney, playing McKinney High tonight. Lions winning at the start of the fourth. Are we just trailing or something? Start of the fourth there, 17-7. The Lions beating the Bearcats on that one. Anna playing Melissa for their homecoming tonight with 15 seconds left in the first half, 50-7. Melissa on top at home on that one. Rains tonight in Winsboro, 27 at all at the half. So that would be an interesting one that we'll be looking at as the night progresses. Pottsboro on the road in Mineola tonight, 35-20. The Cardinals on top of the Yellow Jackets, a minute left in the second quarter in that one. Bells on the road at Lone Oak tonight, 42-7 at the half. Bells winning on the road. White-Wright and SNS, 8-7 at half. White-Wright up on SNS. 1 Tioga and Tom Bean, 34-0. Tom Bean winning at home tonight. So those are some scores around the area and the district. We'll be back at Memorial Stadium right after this with some highlights from our game.
CoreFit Gym on Haining Street in Howe has a lot of new things to offer. Did you know they have an Iron Mike batting cage for baseball and softball lessons with on-site instructors? They also have a brand new stand-up tanning bed. CoreFit Gym has 4 personal trainers available and features sports performance programs for athletes. At CoreFit Gym, memberships are only $40 for the entire family or $30 per individual. CoreFit Gym is on Facebook and located at 300 Haining Street in Howe. Call them at 469-371-0603.
Independent Financial is proud to support Howe ISD and their hardworking students, teachers, and staff. We share your vision for a brighter tomorrow and a championship season. For every challenge, Independent Financial has you covered. Our team can suggest a wide range of financial products to make your personal banking fast and easy. Plus, we have the know-how to deliver the game-changing business banking solutions. Independent Financial, your community in your corner. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We're at the Legend Bank halftime show. Monty Walker along with the rest of the crew. We are going to do a recap right here. So Howe took the football first. Austin Haley won the coin toss, and Howe decided to receive, and they did. They took it at their own 45-yard line and drove down to the 24, but turned it over on downs on the first series. Commerce took it for the first time at the 10:05 mark at their own 24-yard line, and Howe stopped them on 4 plays and made them punt. Howe got it back at their own 42-yard line, but they had to punt on their second possession. And then Commerce started at their own 39-yard line. They scored a touchdown on the 4th play, but it was called back on a holding call. And then it was a 6-yard touchdown by Jaden Wilson.
Bulldogs. Basham is in the gun, pistol rather. He's going to run it straight up the middle, and he's into the end zone. Almost.
That was a touchdown by Jaden Wilson. A 6-yard variety capped off a 6-play, 61-yard drive and made it 6-0 as the 2-point conversion was unsuccessful. And Howe took the ball back with 3:10 on the clock at the 50-yard line, but had to punt and gave it back to Commerce with 49 seconds remaining in the first quarter at their own 39-yard line. And the first play of the second quarter, it was a Wilson to Seal 34-yard touchdown.
More right here at the Howe 34-yard line. We start the second quarter. And Wilson wants the deep ball down the middle of the field. It's going to be batted away and caught on the tip into the end zone for a touchdown.
Fluke touchdown, if you will, as it was batted and Seal came down with it. Another 61-yard drive for Commerce, this time 3 plays. And it after the Castillo PAT made it 13-0 with 11:53 remaining in quarter number 2. Howe took the ball at their own 35-yard line, but actually fumbled the ball back to Commerce, who took it at the 9:59 mark at the 44-yard line. And 7 plays later, this happened with Basham.
And this will be a handoff and flag down, and Basham is bashing his way to the end zone. That is a score, but check the flag.
The flag was against Howe, so it was declined. And it capped off a 7-play, 44-yard drive that made it 20-0 with 7:52 remaining in the second. And then Howe took the ball at their own 30-yard line, drove down, and it was a Haley to Huff big pass that got him within striking distance.
Set. Haley goes under center. He fakes the toss, looking downfield. Huff again, same play. He made the catch, I believe, at the 15-yard line.
They marked it at the 14. Unfortunately, a sack turned it over on downs, but Howe put together a 15-play drive there that went 58 yards and took 6 minutes off the clock, almost 7 minutes off the clock. So a fantastic drive by Howe, but it did not end in points. Commerce took the ball with 1:21 left to go before the half at the 21-yard line. And Howe came up with a big sack during the drive.
And under pressure, Caleb Taylor has him in the backfield. Can he bring him down? It's a sack! Colby Taylor.
Yeah, Colby. My apologies to the family. Not Caleb Taylor, Colby Taylor. But moments later, it was a 36-yard touchdown from Wilson to Seal again.
Flush down to the pocket, I believe. Now he throws a deep ball wide open down the side. Caught by Seal at the 1. Rolls into the end zone. Touchdown, Commerce.
And that capped off a 7-play, 79-yard drive, which made it 28-0 after a dazzling 2-point conversion run by Jaden Wilson. That left 26 seconds on the clock. Howe tried to hammer it down on first down and a couple of nice runs, but that virtually ended the first half, and here we are, 28-0. We're at the Legend Bank halftime show. We'll be right back right after this timeout.
Who do you trust for your needed repairs? Star Auto Body is Texoma's most trusted body shop, serving all of Grayson County and surrounding counties since 1992. Star Auto Body is locally owned and operated. Services include major collision repairs with or without insurance claims, minor cosmetic repairs, parts replacement, and refinishing. Choose Star Auto Body and Alignments in Howe, Texas, 903-532-5365. Star Auto Body of Howe, Texas.
This is Michelle Castle with Guild Mortgage, welcoming you to Howe Bulldogs football. Guild has been delivering on the promise of home to hundreds of thousands of people just like you for over 60 years. With a big heart and a desire to serve, we're committed to making life better in our communities. This is where we live, and we're committed to building it with you.
Guild Mortgage is an equal housing lender company. NMLS 3274. Michelle Castle, NMLS number 231122. Branch address 714 North Travis Street, Sherman, Texas 75090. All loans subject to underwriting approval. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to change without notice.
Buying and or selling your next home should be an enjoyable experience. At Ann's Realty Group, our commitment to the personal relationship of the transaction ensures not only the level of communication that you deserve, but also the assurance that we will be here the next time you need us. We're not a big box real estate company by design. The flexibility that the freedom of being an independent brokerage allows us to be fully at your service as you need us to be. Ann's Realty Group, Ann Dick and Broker for all your real estate needs. 903-818-2676.
If you've ever been in an automobile accident, who do you trust for your needed repairs? Star Auto Body is Texoma's most trusted body shop, serving all of Grayson County and surrounding counties since 1992. Star Auto Body is locally owned and operated. Services include major collision repairs with or without insurance claims, minor cosmetic repairs, parts replacement, and refinishing. Choose Star Auto Body and Alignments in Howe, Texas, 903-532-5365. Star Auto Body of Howe, Texas.
All right, welcome back here to Commerce, Texas, on the campus of Texas A&M Commerce. Justin White, Monty will be back up here in just a few minutes. You got Blake the Blizzard Burnett up in the booth, along with Jake Roberts, Carson Grogan, and Caroline Slauson down on the sidelines. 28-0 is our score as we get ready to start the third quarter. As far as adjustments to make in the second half, Blake, you got anything?
Yeah, the way Commerce came out throwing the ball, wasn't expecting that tonight. So I would defend the pass a little better. That's what I would say.
And how many rushing yards was it that Jaden Wilson had for the quarterback?
Jaden Wilson only has 6 carries for 29 yards.
So the Bulldogs have done pretty good in the first half on keeping his runs, keeping his runs minimal. But he's done pretty good with his arm.
Yeah, they've thrown the ball 14 and only ran the ball 11 times, which pretty balanced. But I figured they'd run the ball more tonight.
Yeah, they came in running for almost 200 yards a game.
Yeah, they're barely at 100 right now.
All right. That was a long sprint. And we're ready for the onside kick on the Tech Wave kickoff, and almost recovered by Howe. And it was Landon Duty who was right there, but on the recovery was Hoffman for Commerce. And what a call that was to right out of the chute in the second half. Howe decides onside kick right there.
Yeah, they got nothing to lose right now, down 28-0, need a spark, and almost were able to give. It was a pretty good kick there by K9 or K66, excuse me.
That's a pretty good sprint down there to the restroom, I'm going to tell you. One of the coaches said that was some Olympic bathroom, I won't say it, but yeah. I went down there fast. Here's Basham on the carry, and he'll gain about 4 yards on first down as the ball was started at the 48-yard line. Still getting my breath. I mean, I'm telling you, I sprinted down there. I'm not okay. If my mother's listening, I've walked fast down there because I have a knee replacement.
Uh-oh.
And my wife, they'll get on to me. So here's a handoff to Basham up the middle, and he breaks a tackle and going to gain close to a first down, but just short at about the 41. Where are they going to spot this? No, they'll spot it way back to the 43-yard line.
He got to the first down and then kind of went backwards just about a yard or so.
And this is going to be a handoff again. Basham, right tackle, finds a seam in a lane at the 30, breaks a tackle, and now is finally going to be wrestled out of bounds by Colby Taylor at the 28-yard line.
I tell you what, they get to that pistol formation and then just hand the ball off to him and just wait for the holes to develop. And he doesn't just hit him very hard. He just kind of waits for him to materialize and does a good job there of just using good vision and able to get a first down of that, fresh set of downs for the Tigers.
So 11 minutes on the clock here in the third. Commerce up 28-0. And with a fresh set of downs. Wilson in the pistol, hands off Basham again over left tackle. I think that may be Greer for the first time. And he's going to gain enough close to the 22 or 23-yard line, about a 5-yard gain by Greer.
I tell you what, Greer is going to be the next up-and-coming.
Boy, he is fast.
Up-and-coming athlete here for the Tigers. You got Wilson and Basham, who are seniors. They'll graduate this year. And Kendrick Greer, who was a freshman, got a lot of playing time last year on that team, and he's they'll expect big things out of him.
We
for the
were
next 2 years.
highly impressed with him last year as a
were.
freshman. Here's a handoff to Greer again over left tackle. It jumps over a defender, and they're just basically running right at the defensive ends on each side of the line. And there's a flag on this one, though, and we'll have to check and see what it is. Apparently it's coming back. Holding against Commerce.
Against the Tigers is the call.
Well, the holding penalties have not been prevalent too much for the Tigers tonight, but at the most opportune times here when they seem like to be getting a drive going here, it's brought them back.
So the ball now at the 33-yard line. It's the 5th play of the drive for Commerce to start the second half. Nice video board up there. They're actually running video of the game. And now Howe shifts on the defensive line. Wilson fakes the hand, now turns on the counter and gives it to Basham up the middle. And good enough for about 6 to the 27-yard line.
You said he faked it to him. I don't know if he faked it, if he thought he was going to go left. Instead, Basham went right. I'm not sure.
Well, that was
Greer.
It was Greer, but he turned and faked the hand to the left side, and then they turned and ran the counter the other way.
So that's what it was.
So he turned and handed it to him on the counter. So the ball spotted at the 27, and Wilson wants to throw. Rolling out right side, throws it, and it's going to be caught by Seal near the first down marker at the 30. And I think that's going to move the sticks. It will. The ball will be spotted about somewhere around the 28, actually.
Good job there by Wilson. Got the play action, had time to throw.
I'm sorry, 18. I'm off by 10 yards.
And I tell you, Ashton Seal has been a Bulldog killer here tonight. They've found him for
Seal over 100 yards receiving.
100 yards receiving.
One was a fluke, though, right? For the touchdown, 34-yarder.
Oh, the tip pass.
Here's a handoff up the middle, Greer, and he's brought down at about the 21-yard line. And there is your nose guard.
I'm about to say.
Malin Walker gets a tackle right there. Gets a slap on the bottom by Austin Haley and
Walker on the tackle.
Colby Taylor.
2nd and 12.
Good job there by Walker shedding this block there and bringing him back behind the line of scrimmage. That may have his first tackle for a loss of the season, I believe.
Man, I like that. Coach McCormick sitting next to us over here in the next booth turns and looks at me and says, hey, yeah.
You know him.
So here is Wilson wanting to throw left side, going to be caught up in the air, and I thought for a moment if Inge had his head on a swivel, he might have been able to get that ball that was batted up in the air, but it was, I think, batted way too far. Yep. And it falls incomplete, obviously, and we'll do it again. It's 3rd down and 12 for Commerce at the Howe 20-yard line.
3rd and long, 3rd and 12 in this situation. I imagine obviously they'll be passing here, but be mindful of Jaden Wilson and his escapability.
Wilson will turn and hand right side, and that's Greer, and he's got a clear lane to the end zone. He drags Jordan Jones into the end zone for a touchdown. So the Bulldogs find themselves down now 34-0 with 8:35 left to go in the 3rd. Awaiting this PAT by Castillo, and Wilson will hold. Waiting on the snap, and Wilson puts it on the tee. Castillo kicks it right through the uprights. 35-0, our new score at Ernest Hawkins Field at Memorial Stadium at Texas A&M Commerce. We'll be back right after this.
Since 2011, Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory has walked with hundreds of families through the most overwhelming time of their lives. Their job is simple: to make this season a little easier. What you can expect is a no-pressure, people-first philosophy, custom services for memorials that you'll remember forever, and reasonable pricing. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins have built a reputation over the past 30 years in the funeral business for making every family feel at home. Visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call 903-482-5225. You're listening to Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com. Not a member of FDIC. Not an equal housing lender. Fake license number 8675309. Howe, Portland, Seattle.
We'll give you the hit exterior scoring drive recap momentarily because I wrote everything in the wrong column. I've got to retrace my steps. The Tech Wave kickoff is just about to be underway. And Castillo bangs a low line drive right at, I think that's Matt Hayes on the far side.
It is.
And he's coming near side. Right hash and brought down in the middle of the field at about the 30-yard line. And Howe will start their first possession of the second half with 8:28 on the clock here at their own 31-yard line, 30-yard line.
Well, we saw in the first half, we saw the I formation look. We saw the double wing tee for a couple of drives. We'll see what we have here second half with Austin Haley still at the helm.
Unfortunately, Aiden Burris is on crutches now with a knee injury, and Luciano Vasquez will take his place. Another freshman. There's two freshmen on the offensive line. Haley goes under center, a toss near side. Jordan Jones from right to left, trying to get out of the way of the cornerback. Can't do it, can't escape, and knocked out of bounds near the original line of scrimmage.
Hit first by Gage
or it
Elliott.
might have been a loss of one. And I think it's going to be a loss of one.
A lot of tonight has been Jordan Jones just trying his best to outrun the defense, and Tigers that time we're not going to let him outrun them.
I cannot be more proud of the Howe Bulldogs tonight and their effort that they have given in the first half and here through the first portion of the second half. They're just outmanned. There's just not a whole lot they can do. Double wing set, and Haley is going to hand off to Jones from left to right. Spinning out of a tackle, can't spin out of the final tackle. And that's going to be, I think, maybe a loss or right back at the line of scrimmage.
Again,
ball's at the
tackled by Gage
28-yard line. Another loss of one.
Third down.
Tackled there by Gage Elliott in the backfield. Jones is hard to get down. He's a tough runner.
He's elusive.
He really is elusive. He moves his feet. Not a big guy, but he's tough to bring down.
So right to left, Howe goes with Haley now in the gun. Everybody tight, not a split out. And Haley is going to drop back and under pressure, and he is buried immediately. And he went down in a hurry. And I'll take that back. Ethan Lopez was split out to the near side. I couldn't see him. He was split out so far. But now it's going to be fourth down at 18 or longer. And Howe's going to have to punt this one away with K66 Kevin Flores coming on.
That was a mess right there. Haley dropped back to pass, and as soon as he dropped back, he had Tigers all around him and went ahead and made a business decision and went down.
6:28 and rolling here in the third. Commerce up 35-0. Flores to boot this one away, and he does a high kick, end over end, shy of the 50. Now takes a hop. Look out. Wilson has it, and he's got a seam to the right hash. Now bounces it out to the left hash. Far side being chased down by Cameron Langford, and is going to step out of bounds with Langford on his heels at the 23-yard line.
Man, he's electric.
He is. He's like Jalen Thornton a little bit.
Yeah.
Very similar type runner.
And he's very patient. He kind of waits for things to open up, and if he doesn't like it, then he'll just reverse field and go the other way, and he's got the speed to do that.
So a net of -1 on the punt after the return. And Commerce comes back out on the field with 6:07 on the clock here in the third. Wilson with, I think that's Greer still in the game in the backfield. I'll have to check and see. And Wilson's going to fake the screen pass and run to the right side, and he's brought down at about the 18-yard line.
Second down, 6.
Took a second to throw. I wonder if he was either going to fake it or if he saw that was covered and then went ahead and took it and ran up the middle for about 4 yards.
It's Basham back in the game at the running back position.
1, 2.
All the starters still into the game at 35-0. And Wilson wants to throw. Left side, dug out by Jackson, I believe, and he turns around and goes straight into the end zone for an 18-yard touchdown. So another pass and catch from Wilson that goes into the end zone. And Commerce is on the board again, 41-0, awaiting this PAT by Castillo.
Again, the Bulldogs don't want to get beat. They're giving plenty of cushion to between them and the receiver. And there's a quick comeback route, and then all you do is beat one man over there on the far side.
Castillo's kick is high and true, splits the uprights good. 42-0, Commerce in the lead. We'll be right back right after this.
Are you motivated?
Coach, we're highly motivated for Sonic.
What?
Coach, you know we're rough and tough, but sometimes we just need a burger, tots, and a shake.
Oh, my goodness. Well, if you're going to Sonic and Howe, pick me up some of those handmade onion rings.
Yes, sir.
Sonic of Howe is where you get great food and big smiles.
It's not just good.
It's Sonic good.
Whoa, those onion rings really bring the hammer down.
Cooler heads prevail in football, and for over 50 years, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating have been keeping the Bulldogs cooled off. Not too many have reached 50 years in Howe, but Baker Air Conditioning and Heating have been at 215 North Denny Street since Richard Nixon was president. But there's nothing tricky about Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. They have a great reputation by servicing all brands. If the heat gets to you, call them at 903-532-6255.
Your Hit Exterior scoring drive recap. Ooh, I didn't calculate that, but 2 plays, 22 yards, and it was an 18-yard touchdown pass from Wilson to Jackson. And here's the Tech Wave kickoff, going to be taken by Jordan Jones in the middle of the field. He runs to the left hash and is down at the 32-yard line, and that's where Howe will start their first possession. Let's check down with our Night Furniture sideline report. Caroline Slauson, how's it going down there?
Something I was going to mention is that there's a lot of good sportsmanship going on both sides of the team. When someone knocks them down, they're be sure to help them back up and give them a pat on the back and helmet and keep it moving.
By the way, bottled Coca-Cola is better.
Stupid,
Cut her mic.
Stupid.
What's the vote up to? Is it 2-2, I think, now?
No, it's 3.
Right to left, Howe goes under center. Haley is going to hand off to the first man through, which is Crosby. And a gap opened up for a moment, but it closed down after maybe a 3-yard gain, more like 2, shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
Bulldogs trying to get something going with this running game. Hopefully that can establish some kind of a play action, but you got to have the protection.
Seth Key breaks the huddle. Ryan Huff split out wide to the right. 2 men in the backfield on an offset I formation. Matt Hayes is going to dot it with Bryce Crosby in the backfield. This is a toss to Hayes. He's trying to get the outside corner, and he can't escape the great tackle on the outside by Commerce.
Hayes on the right side.
And that's going to negate the 2 yards, I believe, that Crosby got a moment ago. Now he'll get back to the line of scrimmage.
I tell you, Crosby trying to get out that line again. The speed, I believe that was Dre Gadlin, the defensive back coming in from the secondary, able to resist the stiff arm of Matt Hayes, and they'll bring Hayes back behind the line of scrimmage.
Lopez brings the play into Austin Haley. There's 4:09 on the clock, which is churning here in the third quarter. Howe trails 42-0. But it's been an outstanding performance by the Bulldogs and all their freshmen and sophomores all over the field. This is a JV team, folks. Haley in the gun is going to hand off near side, and right there, Hayes is tackled in the backfield. There's just too much speed by Commerce and athleticism, and he brings down Hayes for a big loss back around the 27-yard line.
Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just, again, the inexperience of Howe is starting to show even more, but it seems like Commerce is getting faster.
Well, Howe's playing both ways. There's a freshman out there. I know Walker's playing both ways, and it's got to be taking a toll in the second half, you think.
He'll sleep well tonight, won't he?
Yeah, he will.
Timeout.
Timeout has been called for by the Bulldogs. We'll take one, too. We'll be right back right after this.
For the Tigers.
Corfit Gym on Haining Street in Howe has a lot of new things to offer. Did you know they have an Iron Mike batting cage for baseball and softball lessons with on-site instructors? They also have a brand new stand-up tanning bed. Corfit Gym has 4 personal trainers available and features sports performance programs for athletes. At CoreFit Gym, memberships are only $40 for the entire family or $30 per individual. CoreFit Gym is on Facebook and located at 300 Haining Street in Howe. Call them at 469-371-0603.
Who, why, and how? Who are we? We're Pradera Mobile Home Community. Why live in Pradera? Because of Howe. Howe, Texas, that is. Howe is a small community with an outstanding school district and close proximity to all amenities you need. Pradera Mobile Home Community is tucked away between Highway 75 and Highway 5 near Bulldog Stadium. Our residents love that our community is so clean. They also love their 2 parks and their swimming pool. Pradera Mobile Home Community, 903-532-0014.
Seal returns the punt of Kevin Flores to about the 37-yard line, and Commerce will take over there going left to right with 3:10 left to go in the third quarter.
Our mascot, Tori Beller.
Well, up 42-0.
Virginia varsity.
Wonder what point the
Sally Walker.
Tigers kind of call off the Dogs here.
Well, we'll find out right here. You would think that this might be a good time, and I think they have. A new quarterback is into the game. No, is it?
I think Wilson's still
there. No, Wilson's still there. And Basham's still into the game. Wilson wants it. He turns, hands to Basham near side. And he's got a lot of room. Is going to be brought down finally, I think, by Austin Haley. And is Haley down?
Deja Lewis.
Haley is slow getting up.
Slow getting up.
Uh-oh.
And Drew Murray was very quick to get out there. Haley's rolling around a little bit. Hopefully he just got the wind knocked out of him. As he took a big hit from Basham.
Yeah.
He went to make the tackle, but Basham just bashed him a little bit.
Yeah, I couldn't tell who hit who harder. Maybe Basham. Haley may have been on the receiving end of that. So
it's about a 5-yard gain to the 32-ish.
And this is what happens when you get all these injuries. You got your starting quarterback playing in the secondary, unfortunately.
And Haley is on his back, and Ricky Ake is out there. Drew Murray is out there. And they're going to help him up. Of course, Bill Jailing is out there. He's still not up on his feet yet. He's sitting up now. And if you're a Howe Bulldog fan and have an eye on the future, this is very serious right here. Your starting quarterback, he's your, what was your franchise?
Yeah.
Is that what you called him, your franchise player?
Mm-hmm. Franchise for the next 2 years.
Well, at least his ankle ain't turning the wrong way here.
Oh.
So Haley gets up gingerly.
Oh, boy, he is
very gingerly. And he's walking very slowly with one arm on Ricky Ake and the other one on Coach Garrett. And Ethan Lopez gives him a high five, or low five, actually, and Duty does the same. So coming in to replace him is McNutt. I believe that's going to be McNutt coming in. It is. No, it's Matt Hayes coming in. So Wilson's going to turn around and hand to Basham again, right up the middle. And he's got a room, and he breaks out of tackles, and he's still churning inside the 20 to about the 17-yard line.
And you get Basham just running downhill. He just initiates punishment and puts an exclamation point on the end of that run as they're down into the red zone now.
It will be a first down.
Ball at the 17 and a new set of downs. I called that last week a chain banger. I've never heard that term before. I just made it up.
Huh.
My wife didn't like it. She didn't like that term. Don't ever say that again. I think I heard.
Oh.
But that was a chain banger.
Chain banger. I like
it. Left to right. And this is going to be Basham again. Brought down from behind. A nice tackle on the right side of the defense, which is Colby Taylor. Taylor's played a really good game.
He really has. He's done a good game. He's had a sack in there. He's had some quarterback pressures, and then a good job there by taking down Basham.
The only thing wrong with Taylor's game so far is the broadcaster called him Caleb one time.
Oh,
that's
man.
the only thing
Who would do
bad
that?
that's happened. Ball at the 18. It's second down and 11. There's 1:22 on the clock. Wilson still into the game. And he's going to turn. Hand at Greer, I think, and he runs over one of the Howe defenders. I mean, going to get credited for the tack there is Taylor, but he just took it right in the chest and got driven backwards. But give that boy a tackle.
I tell you what, that was a hard-earned tackle because he just came right into the arms of Taylor, hit it shoulder into chest, right between the L and the D on Bulldogs. But Taylor didn't get Taylor wrapped him up and brought him down.
Ball at the 14.
You know, looking at the offensive side of the ball when the Bulldogs get the ball back, Caleb McNutt on the depth chart is the backup quarterback. Ethan Lopez has seen time earlier this season, so I'm kind of curious who will trot out there when Bulldogs have the ball.
Timeout's been called by Commerce. There's 29 seconds left to go in the third. We'll be right back right after this.
At Grayson Cullen Electric Cooperative, GCEC, we have been around for over 80 years and are governed by 7 principles: open and voluntary membership, democratic member control, members' economic participation, autonomy and independence, education, training, and information, cooperation among cooperatives, and concern for community. One of our communities is Howe, Texas, and GCEC is proud to support the Howe Bulldogs. Justin, Bucks North Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is closing in on an all-time record. They have given away 37 free birthday buffets so far this month.
That's where all you have to do is show your proof of age and get a free Bucks North Barbecue buffet for your birthday. They even include the drink.
Well, from this angle, they'll keep that offer 5 days before or 5 days after your actual birthday.
It's birthday time in Texas.
Oh, geez. Stop saying everything's in Texas.
Well, Bucks North Barbecue is in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas.
Welcome back to Commerce as 42-0 here. 2 men go in motion there. Nothing called there. I guess they weren't set. Wilson in the pistol, and he's going to turn and hand to Greer, and he breaks the tackle of Braden Wise, and he goes spinning into the end zone. Commerce on the board again, and Greer scores from 14 yards out and extends the Howe lead, Commerce lead to 48-0.
I tell you what, Braden Wise had him wrapped up there, but kept moving his feet, and Wise just couldn't hang on as he went right through the middle of that defense. Interior run there by Greer. I believe that's his second touchdown of the night.
So Castillo on for the PAT. Wilson to hold. Snap is back. It's on the tee. Castillo's kick is high and good as always. 49-0, our new score here at Ernest Hawkins Field at Memorial Stadium at Texas A&M Commerce. We'll be back right after this.
CoreFit Gym on Haining Street in Howe has a lot of new things to offer. Did you know they have an Iron Mike batting cage for baseball and softball lessons with on-site instructors? They also have a brand new stand-up tanning bed. CoreFit Gym has 4 personal trainers available and features sports performance programs for athletes. At CoreFit Gym, memberships are only $40 for the entire family or $30 per individual. CoreFit Gym is on Facebook and located at 300 Haining Street in Howe. Call them at 469-371-0603.
Your scoring drive recap for Commerce: 5 plays, 37 yards, and it was a 14-yard touchdown by Greer to give us our new score, 49-0, with 20 seconds left to go in the third. We're getting ready for our Tech Wave kickoff. That was your hit exterior scoring drive recap. And now Castillo will stand back at his 35-yard line to try to boot this one away on the Tech Wave kickoff. It's looking like an onside kick is coming. He turns around and now he backs up a little bit, so apparently not. Now he moves over and doesn't know which way he's going. Now he's going to kick another high kick, which is going to bounce at the 10. It's going to stick right there. Jordan Jones is going to have to pick it up and just go right out of bounds. And Howe will start deep in their own territory at about the 6-7 yard line. You'd like to see a little bit more hustle
7-yard
to
line.
go get the ball,
Bulldogs
just in
have a
case
first
it
and
doesn't
10.
go out of bounds like it just happened right there.
Yeah, a little bit of sense of urgency there by Jordan Jones. 'Cause now you pin yourself deep back at the 7-yard line.
Speaking of sense of urgency, let's check down with our Night Furniture sideline reporter, Caroline, and her Coke can.
Well, guys, not the best news down here after Austin went down. Don't know if we'll see him back in the game tonight, but we'll see.
Well, let's hope we see him down the road.
For sure.
New quarterback into the game is McNutt. He'll hand off first man through, which is Crosby, I believe, on the first carry of the new drive. And I think that is that Crosby? No, it was not. It was Cross.
Cross, yeah.
On another carry. And
that will end the third
gain
quarter
of 3. That's the end of the third quarter. Let's keep it right here. Let's just talk about this thing a little bit. Let me mark in my book at the ball's at the 10. Cross for a gain of 3 as we switch sides, and Howe will now go from left to right, deep in their own territory at the 10-yard line, facing a 2nd down and 7. But Justin, this is it's been a game where you were hoping that the Bulldogs could come out here and compete and just stay injury-free. For the most part, they've done all of that, except lately you've got Haley out of the game, and that's big.
Yeah, well, you had Haley playing both ways, and Austin Haley is not going to be one to shy away from any kind of contact there. He came down for that safety position earlier and made a good tackle, and unfortunately he was on the receiving end of an injury, and he's still sitting on the bench there. But yeah, I mean, the injuries have not been that bad. You've got a lot of kids right now in street clothes looking from here. I think when I counted walking up, we had 17 out, but I saw 11 of them walking up after at the beginning of the game with when they came in from the smoke there earlier, and it's just they're just depleted. They just don't got a lot of players.
So Howe comes back out of the field, moving left to right now. We got some scores to pass along, which are pretty interesting. Winsboro and Raines tied up 34-34. What a classic that is. Here is Jones on the near side on the run, and he's going to be brought down at the 19-yard line, a good gain of about 9 yards, which will move the sticks.
Lane Taylor on the tackle.
Blake Burnett, the Blizzard, tell us about some other scores. I think you probably saw the Pottsboro one. What do you think's going on over there?
We have Pottsboro winning 35-28.
Oh, it's over.
No, it's leading.
Winning. They're leading.
Winning, okay.
Leading. 35-28 with 9 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the third. And Raines and Winsboro are tied at 34.
Nice.
Wow. Nice. Some good games tonight in the district.
1st and 10. And right through the middle goes Crosby. That's for a pretty good gain. Now, Commerce, I believe, has pulled the defensive dogs off the field. And Howe's kind of moving a little bit. They know Haley's out of the game. And Crosby takes it across the 25 to the 26-yard line. And that's a gain of about 6. Yeah, I don't see the Hosses out there. Davis, Amari Davis appears to be gone. Here's kind of an end-around reverse to Jordan Jones, and he's trapped. Nowhere to go there.
Jones, the ball carrier,
He's going to lose
right
some
side.
yardage back inside the 25. And Jordan Jones is now being helped up. And he gets up and he runs to the side with an apparent ankle injury.
Guys, Austin Haley is here on the sideline with ice on the back of his neck.
Ugh.
Oh.
That's not good.
Is he coherent?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Okay, good. Here come the Bulldogs, 3rd and about 3 right here. As McNutt goes under center, everybody bunched together on a double wing, and McNutt hands off to the first man through. The fullback is going to get a first down near the 30, and that's Crosby again, who's had a pretty good night tonight.
Yeah,
he's first down.
Got the fullback a lot, got some of those quick hitters, and able to get a first down, move the sticks. A chain banger.
Yeah.
For the Bulldogs.
I got a text from the wife. She didn't like it again.
No again, huh? Didn't change her mind, huh?
Yeah, not so much on that. Maybe I'll have to change it. 1st and 10, left to right. McNutt again under center. And Lopez goes in motion. He'll get the toss. He hits the middle of the field, cuts it back to the near side 40. Look out, 45-40. And out of bounds at the 47-yard line. A nice run by Lopez to hit it right up the middle, cut it back to the right.
Good job there. Good vision by Lopez. See a little bit of his speed. And the Bulldogs have their biggest, I believe probably their biggest run of the night there with the long run there by Lopez into Commerce territory.
It was the longest run of the night for Howe.
How long of a run was that, do you know?
25 yards.
25 yards, okay.
Ball at the 45 on the Commerce side of the field. Under center goes McNutt, man in motion, and this time Hayes gets the toss. And he runs into a brick wall of black jerseys. The ball apparently came out for a moment, but Howe was able to fall back on it. And it'll be a gain of about 1 for Hayes.
I'd like to give a score update. Mineola has tied it at 35.
Ouch!
Wow.
Woo,
Wow.
what a game. I mean, 5-3, holy cow. How delicious is this district?
You know, you thought the top three spots were Mineola, Mount Vernon, and Pottsboro, and then that fourth spot would be kind of fought out by
Rains and Winsboro.
Rains and Winsboro. Commerce may have something to say about that later on, too.
Here's a handoff up the middle and slung backwards. The ball's on the turf. Commerce may have it. No indication.
There was a fumble on the play, is recovered by the Tigers.
And it is recovered by Commerce. It was a bad exchange. Now, Howe says they have the football, but the official says Commerce has it.
Well, another point toward Howe.
Now they're pointing towards Howe.
McNutt fought through the pile and got the ball back there.
Sometimes you feel like a McNutt and want to drive down in there and pick the ball out of the pile.
Hey,
That's 2 weeks in a row.
A key word by Blizzard, he fought. He fought for that ball, and that's what we continue to see from the Bulldogs. Down 49-0. They're still out there working, still out there fighting.
Third down and about 15 to go for Howe. McNutt goes under center. Lopez on the toss. Gets a good block around the left edge, and Lopez has his legs brought out from underneath him.
Lopez, the ball
at the 47 or 46 yard line.
On the play.
And a flag is down.
Had a good block there by Luciano Vasquez, and then I think Bryce Crosby was out there on the edge blocking as well. You know, one score we have not mentioned, well, because there was no game, was Mount Bonham had to forfeit due to COVID tonight and for next week. So Mount Vernon gets the win in district tonight in that game.
So now after the penalty, Howe has it at the 45-yard line, left to right, 3rd down and 10. Huff comes split out wide near side. Braden Wise switches positions, and there's movement across the front of the line. That one didn't look good from the beginning. And Wise jumped as there was just confusion from the get-go on that. And now it's going to be 3rd down and 15.
Yeah, that movement on the defensive line, I think, may have confused that right side of the line there with Wise is playing over that right tackle.
7:06 left to go in the game, and Howe's facing a 3rd and 15, and this is a toss to Jordan Jones, who's back in the game. He's fast. 42-yard line, which is enough to set up a 4th down at about 6. They'll spot him at the 40, which is even better. So a 4th and about 5 is coming for Howe.
I can't tell you how many times we've seen Jordan Jones, even this season, get up and kind of be gimpy, and then he gets the ball, and he's just as fast as he was before.
10-yard gain for Jones. Well, again, with 6:58 on the clock, which it stopped because it got out of bounds, we'll set up this 4th down and 5. And Ethan Lopez checks into the game, brings the play in, and McNutt breaks the huddle. Comes to the line of scrimmage, high formation. Crosby and Jones, and this is Jones right side. Gets a good block and a 1st down to the 31-yard line. He followed Bryce Crosby from the fullback position, who is having, again, an outstanding game. They were worried about the fullback position not blocking. They've had some issues with that, And Bryce Crosby is blocking tonight from the fullback position.
Yeah, without Cooper Jones in there, they started a freshman in there in Cross. And Cross did a decent job, but yeah, Crosby has got in there and established himself as the fullback there this game tonight.
6:24 on the clock. Howe driving down the field, 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Lopez on the toss, and he gets slammed to the turf in the middle of the field. And he'll actually lose a yard.
Carried by Lopez. Hit by Davis.
Back to the 31. Go ahead.
Commerce has a lot of speed and a lot of size. And I tell you, when they hit hard.
14th play of the drive for Howe as they continue to put together long drives. Just need to get on the board with some of these.
Got to finish it. And the clock continues to tick for the Bulldogs.
It would be a 48-yard field goal right now if you kicked it, which is not K66's range, I do not believe. McNutt will go under center on 2nd down and 11. Man in motion is Jones. McNutt wants to throw over the middle, and it's going to be intercepted but dropped. In the middle of the field, it was Dre Gladden who I thought was going to come down with it, but it fell incomplete. I think the intended receiver was Huff.
Yeah, well, McNutt had to hurry up and get rid of that. He had number 12, Gage Elliott, come in right at him, knocked him down, had a hand in his face there.
You think they call him 12 Gage?
That's a good one, though. I don't know, but I like that.
There's no doubt they call him 12 Gage. There's another one running around Howe that likes to be called 12 Gage.
Oh, yeah?
Timeout's been called. Let's talk down to Caroline Slauson on the field. We don't want to give any speculative injury that we don't know for sure about. We got all these HIPAA laws that we got to deal with, and we got probably grandparents listening, so we don't want to scare anyone. But how's the sidelines? How's the injuries? Aiden Burris, I think, is on crutches. What's going on down there?
Yes, Aiden Burris is on crutches. He's been on crutches since half. I'm not quite sure what's going on. As I had mentioned, Austin does have ice on his neck, but he is sitting here with his teammates and coherent. So could be worse, obviously. But it's probably what you expect down here. These injuries, considering what we came in here with, are not. They're never good, but obviously this is not good.
Yeah, and 2 sophomores that are injured there. So, sophomores and freshmen all over the place. We talked about the underclassmen. There were 11 active players on the roster that are underclassmen, and of course 2 right there are out with injury in this game. So McNutt will step back in shotgun formation, rolls out right, throws deep down the field looking for Huff, underthrows him, and this one is picked off at the 6-yard line. McNutt just didn't have enough juice to get it down the field, and he underthrew it, and it was intercepted.
Tigers ball on the 6-yard line.
He's got a nice delivery, nice throwing motion, but yeah, just didn't have enough on that to get it downfield, and the cornerback had pretty good coverage back there and just played it and just sat there and waited until it came to his arms and able to bring it down.
Guys, I just saw on the scoreboard, Winsboro has gone up 40-34 with just under a minute and a half left in the third.
Whoa. What a game.
Wow.
What a game. I can't wait. I'm going to find that game. The broadcast, they do a great job over there. The Winsboro crew
does. They do.
I'm going to find that game. I want to watch that. They do the video. We'll see. Here comes Commerce back out on the field. There's 5:23 on the clock left to go in this game. Commerce up 49-0. Is that Wilson still in the game? And it is. He turns and hands. Bobbling it is Greer, but he brings it back down. One play. This is going to go 94. Greer to midfield looking for a block. He gets it. It's a foot race. He's being chased. There's a flag down, however. He cuts to the right and is finally brought down at the 17-yard line. Give lots of credit to Damius Wilson, and I think that was Cameron Langford that chased him all the way down there. A lot of heart shown by Wilson and Langford, but a flag is going to negate this. And it's one of those where the officials, I think they kind of know, hey, this one's going to go to the house. Quick, do something. This is getting out of hand. Throw the hanky.
Holding against the Tigers is the call.
That would have been 94 yards. But it's coming back.
And now Greer, after running 94 yards or however long it was, down to the 20, he has to
Oh, they'll just put Basham in.
But yeah,
you know,
put him in.
And Greer is unbelievably fast, but you have to give. My goodness, Damian Wilson. How fast is he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good hustle by him, by Wilson, and then with Greer we talked about earlier. Greer's only a sophomore, so you're going to see him definitely see him next year as far as district, because Bulldogs are still in there with district, but we'll see after that. But he'll be playing around for the next 2 years.
So it's first down and about 4 after the penalty. We'll spot the ball at the 12-yard line. It's a spot foul. And Wilson's going to turn, hand Greer, and he's going to be brought down at the 10-yard line. And I think that is Braden Wise who gets up off the pile, or was that Taylor again?
Ball carrier.
I think that was Wise.
Was that Wise? I couldn't tell if it was. I thought it was Taylor, but
it may have been Taylor.
Second down 6.
85-45. It was one of them.
Yeah, good play there. Get the tackle there in the backfield.
Loss of 2 on the play. Spots it at the 10. Second down and 6 coming up. 4:13 remaining in the game. And I'm going to have to sprint to the far side on this one to catch my kiddo.
Oh, yeah.
Wilson in the gun, going to hand off. And no, he's going to keep it around the left edge. Matt Hayes is trying to bring him down, and finally he gets help from Taylor. I'm telling you, if there's a legendary player of the game tonight, it very well could be Colby Taylor.
I would say Colby Taylor.
Bryce Crosby might have something to say about that.
Yardage-wise, Jordan Jones.
Correct.
Had some good plays. Yeah, you could name a few of those there. First time we saw the read option here tonight by the.
Well, they could really hammer that, couldn't they? Could you imagine if they ran the Reigns offense? Ooh-wee. First and 10 from the 20. As Wilson is going to hand off at a big hole right up the middle. And this is Basham all the way down to the 37-yard line. He had a lane that he could have just walked through. That's not Basham. That's a new ball carrier in the game. It's Elijah Melendez. And Melendez just had so much room. Actually, that's
first down and 10 Tigers.
That's another. I'm sorry. That is Isaiah Simone on the carry.
Yeah, he had a big hole right there in the middle of that line there that was probably 3 or 4 yards wide.
18 yards from Simone on the carry. A giant hole along the left guard area. Wilson with 7 on the play clock. Down to 4, snaps it, and he's going to hand off. Simone again. He's shot out of a cannon to the right side. He's fast. And he is finally slung down after a first down run by Damius Wilson on the Howe side of the field at the 43-yard line.
It'll be another first down for the Tigers at the 44-yard line.
What, they just have a plethora of running backs, a lot of
for your cooperation at the
they take one out, plug in another.
Interchangeable parts for Commerce.
They really do.
On the track or the field, there will be a 10-minute clock started after the game.
Mineola has taken the lead, 42-35.
Oh my, Mineola up, 42-35.
Wow.
Boy, there's some classics in District 538
really
tonight. Oh my. And we're talking about playoff type games.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame that all those can't be in the same semifinal, you know, because that's going to be just great football teams in this district. Wilson fumble on the play, hands off and brought down from behind. Bryce Crosby on the tackle at the 47-yard line. They were able to recover the fumble.
I believe that was Gage Elliott who was the running back there. A good job there by Crosby. Saw the ball carrier drop the ball, and he was quick to pursue.
So, second and 13 coming up. We're under a minute left in the game.
It looks like they're going to do victory formation at this point.
It appears that that's going to happen. And a flag is going to come in late in the backfield of the Howe area.
Penalty flag, illegal substitution against the Tigers.
Okay. If you heard the PA, it's a legal substitution against Commerce. And with 52 seconds left, that'll stop the clock.
It was interesting
and they're just trying to kill it. They're just trying to get out of here.
I know.
Can't you overlook that at some point?
At some point, you got to swallow your whistle and just kind of.
Hey, they're just trying to get out of here. And they're going to back it up 5.
See, Mineola, with them up 7, reminder they'll be in Howe next week. Bulldogs will take on Mineola.
Yeah, that one does. Wow. Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
They got a really good running back over there in Mineola.
How could be without their quarterback?
Ouch.
Anybody, maybe somebody should cough. Anybody, can we sneeze?
No.
Maybe Howe should, we don't want anybody to get sick, obviously. We're just kidding. But Commerce looks like they're about to take a knee. Just get on out of here. Clock's at 30. Play clock at 12. They're going to take it all the way down and snap it right now and take a knee, and that's going to do it. Commerce takes it tonight 49-0 at Ernest Hawkins Field at Memorial Stadium at Texas A&M Commerce. The Howe Bulldogs drop to 0-7 on the season, 0-4 in district play. Commerce will move to 5-2 on the season and 2-2 in district play. The teams are going to walk across and wave at each other, and we're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be right back right after this.
This is Coach Jim Fryer, former Bulldog head coach and athletic director. Connie and I still love the Dogs and ask that you show your support by joining the Howe Athletic Booster Club. Their mission is the same today as it was in the 80s. They supported all Howe athletes, girls and boys, middle school and high school. From the alumni to the current fans and parents, we ask you to back the Dogs and to become a member today.
This is Coach Jay. Visit Howe Athletic Booster Club on Facebook. Bulldog pride never dies.
Get to B-Dubs on Thursdays for buy one, get one free boneless wings. Or as we like to say, 100% more wings. That's right. When you buy boneless wings on Thursdays, you get the same amount of wings for $0.00. Basically, the second order is 100% off. So get here for buy one, get one free boneless wings on Boneless Thursdays. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar! Buy one, get one of equal value free. Dine in at participating locations. Takeout is limited and may vary by location. Size exclusions may apply while supplies last. Limit one offer per customer. Not valid with any other coupon.
Justin, Bucksnort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is closing in on an all-time record. They have given away 37 free birthday buffets so far this month.
That's where all you have to do is show your proof of age and get a free Bucksnort Barbecue buffet for your birthday. They even include the drink.
Well, from this angle, they'll keep that offer 5 days before or 5 days after your actual birthday.
It's birthday time in Texas.
Oh, geez. Stop saying everything's in Texas.
Well, Bucksnort Barbecue is in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas.
Hello, Bulldog fans. This is Juan Enciso, your local farmers insurance agent here in Howe. We're here to assist you with your insurance needs, including auto, home, life, business needs, and more. We're vested in the community because we are the only insurance agent in Howe. Our office is at 403 West Hanning Street, or we can be reached by calling 972-382-6121. We're also on the web at farmersagent.com/JEnciso. I have the knowledge and experience to help you better understand your insurance coverage options. Call me, Juan Enciso, at 972-382-6121.
All right, welcome back to Memorial Stadium here at Commerce. It is final here tonight, 49-0. Commerce winning this home game, their homecoming actually. Man, I wish Justin I could say that, you know, score's not bad. At least we got out of here with no injuries, but unfortunately we can't say it. I really think that's the worst part.
Yeah, I think the number of injuries wasn't bad. I think the only one we saw was Aiden Burris. I mean, we saw Austin Haley, obviously, but you didn't see a whole bunch of them. But the one that's going to hurt is Austin Haley. We don't know his situation right now, so it'll be interesting to see what happens in the coming weeks. And I don't know either, too, as far as injuries, who's coming back next week, if we have anybody coming back. You know, because I don't think they're all season-ending injuries. I think it's just some.
I think some were precautionary, so hopefully we'll get some back. I'm sure we will. So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But I do know we're following some games here, and we do have some score changes. So if you want to talk about that.
Yeah, I tell you what. Do you have the ones in the district still?
I do.
Go ahead
yeah.
and give those real quick, and I'll go from around the area.
All right. So still looking at Rains and Winsboro. Now that is 8 minutes 7 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 53. Winsboro has gone up more. 34. Winsboro on top. Pottsboro trailing 58 minutes left in the third quarter. Mineola 42, Pottsboro 35.
So it's 53-34 Winsboro, you said?
Yes, Winsboro on top of Rain.
Okay, so they're starting to pull away then.
Yeah. Some looks around our district, Mount Vernon 17. Oh, sorry. That's actually, I was going to say 17 to 0.
Yeah, Mount Vernon won that game by forfeit because Bonham has COVID, so they had to forfeit, and they assign a 17-point victory.
So, yeah, the other two games in our district we looked at them.
Yeah. Some area games around the area. Alva Golden trailing Rivercrest 35-20. North Forney and Forney 54-14. North Forney leads Forney High. Blue Ridge trailing Leonard 48-23. That's in the fourth quarter. Not far from here, Highland Park beating Rockwall 46-16. That's in the fourth quarter. Again, the 53-34 Winsboro over Rains. Some finals, 56-14. McKinney North loses to Rockwall Heath. And McKinney Boyd defeats Byron Nelson 14-7. McKinney High defeats Sherman 24-14. And I'm trying to see if they got any other ones. Tom Beam big on Tioga 46-8. And Salina up on Crum 64-7. That's a final. Bells beats Lone Oak in a big district match 55-13. Cooper over Honeygrove 47-14. Let's see here. What else I got? Collinsville 31, Trenton 9. And Anna loses to Melissa 50-14. And that's all I got.
Tom Bean and Tioga in Tom Bean tonight. 46-8 was the final. Tom Bean beating Tioga tonight. Let's see. Talked about that one. And the other one that I have is Lovejoy in Denison tonight. 24-31. The Yellow Jackets falling to Lovejoy. At home tonight, I do believe Blizzard is ready for the stats.
Let's go.
Yes, I am.
For the second half.
All right. Jaden Wilson, Commerce quarterback, best athlete on the field here tonight, was 13 of 17 passing for 170 yards and 3 touchdowns. He also added 8 carries for 40 yards and a touchdown. His leading receiver tonight, Ashton Seal, 5 catches, 101 yards and 2 touchdowns. Deshaun Jackson, 4 catches, 36 yards and a touchdown. Greer, his running back tonight, 8 carries, 59 yards and 2 touchdowns. Basham, his other running back, 10 carries for 90 yards and a touchdown. On defense, the Bulldogs were led by Colby Taylor, 7 tackles and had a sack. Wesley Inge, 5 tackles and had a big hustle play. Austin Haley also gave us 5 tackles. On offense for the Bulldogs, Austin Haley was 1 of 5 passing for 22 yards. Jordan Jones, 17 carries for 75 yards. Bryce Crosby, 7 carries for 23. Ethan Lopez, 5 carries for 22 yards. Commerce was led by Amari Davis with 7 tackles and a sack. Henry Serrano, 4 tackles and a sack. And Gage Elliott with 12 tackles. And I'd like to give a score update. Pottsboro and Mineola are now tied at 42.
Wow. You know, hey, Butch, I got to ask you, so Jaden Wilson, what we saw tonight, would you, best quarterback in the district, you think?
Braden Plyler from Pottsboro might have something to say about that. But
Luke Shepard, too, I guess.
Wilson may be more dynamic as a runner. He didn't really have to do that much tonight. But he really impressed me with his passing, 13 of 17 for 170. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah. What are our thoughts on the offense that the Bulldogs came? We saw a little bit of the multiple formation, the I formation they have been bringing the last couple of games. But we saw the double wing T tonight.
I like the I formation multiple sets more than the double wing T tonight. I just believe they need to try to pass more on the early downs instead of just wait until third down.
Yeah. Yeah, because what was it? he only had 1 of 5. Is that what?
Yeah, well, he was 1 of 5, and McNutt was 0 of 2.
Yeah.
But I think you need to pass on an early down to mix up the defense because Commerce knew what was coming on downs 1 and 2 tonight.
Yeah. And we don't talk as much about the defense. I thought in that first half the defense did a decent job, especially of containing Jaden Wilson. It was like they weren't going to let him beat him with his legs.
Yeah, there was one play where Jackson Atkins came running up the middle and just stopped right in front of him because he knew if he went full speed, Jaden Wilson would make him miss, and he contained him to the outside, and he only got a gain of 2 yards on the play.
I mean, and I think there was just one time there was busted coverage, but other than that, it seemed like the Bulldogs what they tried to do was just kind of keep everything in front of them. They weren't going to over pursue or anything like that, and just try to do their best in tackling. And I thought in the first half they did that. Second half, things started kind of falling apart.
Well, guys, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back with some highlights from this game, and we're also going to name the legendary player of the game right after the break.
Independent Financial is proud to support Howe ISD and their hardworking students, teachers, and staff. We share your vision for a brighter tomorrow and a championship season. For every challenge, Independent Financial has you covered. Our team can suggest a wide range of financial products to make your personal banking fast and easy. Plus, we have the know-how to deliver the game-changing business banking solutions. Independent Financial, your community in your corner. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
If you've ever been in an automobile accident, who do you trust for your needed repairs? Star Auto Body is Texoma's most trusted body shop, serving all of Grayson County and surrounding counties since 1992. Star Auto Body is locally owned and operated. Services include major collision repairs with or without insurance claims, minor cosmetic repairs, parts replacement, and refinishing. Choose Star Auto Body and Alignments in Howe, Texas, 903-532-5365. Star Auto Body of Howe, Texas.
You're listening to Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com. Not a member of FDIC. Not an equal housing lender. Fake license number 8675309. Howe, Portland, Seattle. Welcome back. We're about to wrap up the Ann's Realty Group postgame show. We're going to recap the game for you and give you the legendary Legend Bank legendary player of the game here momentarily. So let's start to recap this thing. Austin Haley won the coin toss. And Howe took the ball first. They received and took the ball at their own 45-yard line, but turned it over on downs after 5 plays. And Commerce took it at the 10:05 mark in the first quarter, and Howe held them to a punt. So a great start defensively for the Bulldogs. Howe took it at their own 42-yard line and had to punt again. And then Commerce got the ball with 5:47 left at their own 39-yard line and drove 6 plays and 61 yards and scored on this Jaden Wilson 6-yard touchdown. Bulldogs. Basham is in the gun, pistol rather. He's going to run it straight up the middle, and he's into the end zone. Almost untouched. And that capped off, again, the 6-play, 61-yard drive, made it 6-0 after a failed 2-point conversion at the 3:10 mark in the first quarter. Howe took it and had to punt again for the second consecutive time. Commerce took it with 49 seconds remaining in the first, and then on the very first play of the second quarter, scored on a Wilson to seal touchdown. More right here at the Howe 34-yard line. We start the second quarter. And Wilson wants the deep ball down the middle of the field. It's going to be batted away and caught on the tip into the end zone for a touchdown. We call it a fluke, but they call it a touchdown. That made it 13-0 after a Castillo PAT. He was successful all night long following that. It was a 3-play, 61-yard drive for Commerce and left 11:53 on the second quarter clock. Howe took it at their own 35-yard line and drove 4 plays but fumbled, giving it back to Commerce at the Howe 44. And 7 plays later, it was a 19-yard touchdown by Basham. And this will be a handoff and flag down, and Basham is bashing his way to the end zone. That is a score. And it was a score, and the penalty was against Howe, so they declined that. It was a touchdown by Basham. 7 plays, 44 yards, made it 20-0 with 7:52 remaining in the second quarter. Howe took it at their own 30-yard line and put together a great drive. And it was a really, to keep the drive alive and nearly scoring down on the end was a Ryan Huff catch for a first down.
Set. Haley goes under center. He fakes the toss, looking downfield. Huff again, same play. He made the catch, I believe, at the 15-yard line.
That was enough to move the sticks. However, Haley was sacked, which forced a turnover on downs. Commerce took it at the 21-yard line. But before that, I want to highlight that Howe put together a 14-play drive right there that was about 58 yards and took 8 minutes off the clock. So very impressive. Commerce took it at the 121 mark at their own 21, drove all the way down the field, and scored on a 36-yard touchdown from Wilson to Seal again.
Flushed down to the pocket, I believe. Now he throws a deep ball wide open down the side. Caught by Seal at the 1. Rolls into the end zone. Touchdown, Commerce.
7 plays, 79 yards for the Tigers. Made it 28-0 with 26 seconds left right before the half. It seemed like Winsboro deja vu all over again. Howe took it at their own 25-yard line and then basically killed the clock. Commerce in the second half. It was actually, do we want to do the highlight? What was the highlight there? The sack?
Yeah, I mean, we can do the sack if you want.
Do you still have that? Okay,
yeah,
let's do the sack because it's a highlight for Howe.
All right. Hold on. Which one is that?
We want to, where is he? Is he mic'd up? Does he want to come up? See if he wants to come up. You got your mic still? We may run. Coach Jay wants to have a word, so when the man wants to speak, we'll let him speak. So let's see where he is. Which mic was that? So while we're doing that, while we're getting him rolled up for a minute, and that mic is popping. Where's the other mic? Hey, oh, now that one's okay. Apparently it's okay. Well, now it's popping again. There we go. Hey, pandemonium here. Let's see if Coach Jay can hear us. Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Okay, we got a mic that's popping, so let's be I don't know what's going on with it, but hey, Coach, I'm going to tell you, I'll be the first to tell you here, I as a lifelong Bulldog, I cannot be more proud of your coaching staff and you and what y'all did tonight with bubble gum and duct tape and piecing this roster together. I think hats off to you, your staff, and those kids for giving it everything they have.
Yeah, proud of all our kids. They, for a lot of young kids playing tonight, a lot of JV kids that got moved up. I mean, I thought they played hard. They played hard. They showed Bulldog pride. They never quit. And I was just real excited that, the future's bright here. We just got to ride this storm. But, those young kids came together and they played hard. I mean, a couple bad breaks here and there, and that score's maybe a little different, but they played hard, and I'm very proud of all our young kids.
I think what's going to happen, there's going to come a day 2 years from now where you got these kids in a locker room at some point and you're in a big game and you say, hey, you remember that time when you were freshmen and sophomores and you went through all the mud and pounding and all of that, and you're going to get to a point where all of this is going to pay off down the road.
Absolutely, and that's we're always thinking about that. I want to keep coaching hard. I want these seniors to experience a W before they finish their time here at Howe. But with all the kids we're getting experience right now, it's all going to pay off in a year or two, no doubt. And hey, I know I got to say it. Malin, man, did a heck of a job. First game going both ways. He did a heck of a job for us.
I'm so proud of that kid. My heart's about to explode up here. I was about to throw up before the game. I don't know if you know that. I was about to throw up. I said about 30 prayers before the game, and I tell you what, at the half, I was talking to Coach McCormick, and And he said he was doing okay. I don't get to watch him, but I'm proud of that kid.
Yeah, he did good. All the young guys that came up, Whaley, White, Luciano Vasquez got in there tonight for a whole almost 3 quarters. I mean, they did a great job for us. I'm very proud of those young kids, and I'm proud of the effort everybody gave tonight. We're riding the storm right now, but it's going to pay off, and we're going to keep battling. We got many next week, but we'll just keep going, man.
Coach, I appreciate you so much and all you do for the Bulldogs and the Bulldog program, not only the boys but also the girls. I tell you what, it's no matter the outcome, it's always great to be a Bulldog, and I'm proud of you and your staff.
Thank you. Hey, Bulldog pride never dies, man.
There you go. Thank you so much, Coach Jay.
Thank you.
All right, well, let's finish this recap. Where were we?
We were about to do the sack.
The sack. Okay, so Commerce had it, and before they scored that touchdown, it was a great sack at about the 38-yard line.
And under pressure, Caleb Taylor has him in the backfield. Can he bring him down? It's a sack!
Taylor. Colby Taylor. We corrected it finally. But Caleb Taylor got a sack tonight, but we corrected it. We gave it to Colby, which may play into the legendary player of the game. We'll see. So we switch it on over to the second half. Commerce took it at the 48-yard line. And on one of the very first plays of the half, this happened.
And he's brought down at about the 21-yard line, and there is your nose guard.
I was about to say.
Malin Walker gets a tackle right.
Hey, I didn't cut the highlights. Jake Roberts did. He's a classmate of Malin, but hey, that's his first tackle for a loss. Proud of that. And then it was a 5-play, 48-yard drive for Commerce. It ended on this 20-yard touchdown by Greer.
Wilson will turn and hand right side, and that's Greer, and he's got a clear lane to the end zone. He drags Jordan Jones into the end zone for a touchdown.
That made it 35-0 with 8:35 left to go in the third quarter. Howe took it and had to punt. Commerce took it at the 6:07 mark at the 22-yard line. 2 plays later, it was a touchdown, Wilson to Jackson.
At 35-0. And Wilson wants to throw. Left side, dug out by Jackson, I believe, and he turns around and goes straight into the end zone for an 18-yard touchdown.
Howe had to punt and their next possession, and then Commerce took it at the 3:14 mark, and they scored on this Greer touchdown of 14 yards to cap off a 5-play, 37-yard drive.
Commerce on the board again, and Greer scores from 14 yards out and extends the Howe lead, Commerce lead to 48-0.
Braden Wise had him wrapped up there, but
so that capped off a 2-play, 22-yard drive, I believe, made it 42-0 with 5:24 left. Howe had to punt again. Or was that the 49-0? That was the last one, right?
Yeah, that was the last
Okay.
one.
5-play, sorry, I was visiting with someone during that. 5-play, 37-yard drive, made it 49-0, 20 seconds left to go and Howe took it, drove all the way down the field. A very impressive 15-play drive, but it ended in an interception from Caleb McNutt at about the 6-yard line. And that's all the scoring tonight. We'll wrap this thing up. 49-0. Howe takes it on the chin tonight to Commerce, who's a really good football team. Lots of athletes across the way. And tell you what, did we get a final score of Mineola? Did we get a final score of Winsboro? What's the situation there? Mineola, Pottsboro is still playing. Score? Mineola is leading with 4 minutes left. What's the score? 49-42. Winsboro reigns. Winsboro ended up blowing out Reigns. Wow. Okay.
That was a close game earlier.
Wow. Okay. So for everyone who's been a part of this one, I really appreciate our staff. We have a great crew up here, including Carson Grogan, our engineer and spotter, our statistician, Blake Burnett, our sideline extraordinaire, Caroline Slauson, our intern and our highlight man, Jake Roberts, and Justin White, our color analyst. For everyone who's been a part of this one, I'm Monty Walker.